Good evening, folks. It's actually 10:06. Can you believe it? The commander is on early tonight. Actually, the early edition. Usually after 11, right? Well, we are definitely amped up here. And it was a wild night last night. We're going to do something here, which I think might help me on what I'm trying to do. Let's see here. So I'm going to do a grid thing. I'm switching my layout. It's probably going to help me. I don't know what the grid thing is, but we're going to find out. We're going to bring on some people here. So we're going to bring on Chezno. I might have fixed my problem. We'll find out in a minute. I changed the grid on my live, so maybe that's what I needed to do. We'll find out. This is CmdrAleon. Welcome to the show. Last night was quite the night, to say the least. I taken a clip of the show. There's many different areas of last night's broadcast that I haven't clipped yet. I'm going to go over it again. I fixed it. That's what it was. I fixed it.
Hey, give me 1 second. Let me turn on my headphone.
Take your time. So I was on multi-guest and I switched it on my thing. I learned how to switch it to the grid. That's why people were looking small. So we've switched it. This is the way it should be. Thank goodness I figured that out just 2 minutes ago. You know? And if you were on last night and you stayed on long enough, things really got crazy last night. My show from last night is on my YouTube channel, Astronaut Command Spaceship News. You only saw like a 2-minute clip I posted here on TikTok, but there was many more areas where Ghietko spoke and was communicating. I also learned something else. The next time we do this, I'm going to try to be like, I'll say when he's talking, in case I have somebody on live with me and they can't hear him, I'll say, he's talking, don't talk. So this way we can hear what he's saying. He keeps coming in dreams. Last night was an amazing night. It was the strongest communications from Ghietko that we've had. There were times when I believe not only he was speaking, but we were getting intergalactic communications from space, from other space people. I mean, it was crazy last night. And now I'm happy because I've got the thing switched back to where I want it to be. So I can get bigger pictures of people on my screen. Dog Walker, he tells me you go on the ship with the other guy. You mean Chezno is going on the ship. So I told my wife about this morning, about going on the ship. I said, I'm going to get into this. I got some real information. I downloaded real information, and I actually heard Ghietko speaking English. I was actually able to hear the words he was saying last night. That was phenomenal. And I want to get Chezno's perspective as my co-host. How did you feel last night? It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I mean, I had a good feeling about it.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think
good
it's a
crazy feeling.
negative presence or anything, but
Yeah,
it definitely sounded like it was trying to communicate with us.
yeah. And I was getting information. Stop the cap. He's a being from. I'm gonna educate you here. Stop. Welcome to the show. You look like a happy camper. So I've had contact for the last month with somebody from the stars, from a whole group of people. He's the one that speaks from the star system's constellations is Cirrus. All right. I don't know if Stop you've ever had extraterrestrial communications or contact in your life, but my background, I started having contact when I was a kid in the '60s, and I have had many sightings of people call spaceships, or some people call UFOs, since that period. So I'm well trained in that area of CE5 communications and so forth. We have a CE5 group, Chezno is part of our New England group. So you missed it last night, but if you were to listen and watch the 2-minute video that I clipped from last night's show, I think you'll be actually sitting there saying, what the heck happened here? So I'm glad to have you with us. And yeah, so this, and I'm glad to have you watching our show. Our show is the number one UFO spiritual talk show on social media. Stop. I've been on 20 years on radio, actually more than that, but I've been on 20 years doing a program called The Cosmic Eye, dealing with spiritual UFO ET topics. I've interviewed many people in the field, Dan Friedman and many other people before. Like Stan Friedman, those people I interviewed on a TV show I produced called the Intergalactic TV Network back in the 90s, early 90s. So yeah, I'm very well invested in the subject. I know a lot about the subject, so we're glad to have you with us. Hey, thank you for the question. Brazilian Bella, any extraterrestrial species in the Andromeda galaxy? Oh, there's in every galaxy there are space people. In every single galaxy there are space people, without a question. So the answer is yes. That was an easy question, very easy question. So how many people were on last night? How many people heard the whole show? No, I'm not involved in MUFON. I am not involved specifically in MUFON, but I do know, I've known of MUFON for many years. I know people locally who are involved with MUFON. I've been to their meetings when they've had guests, but I'm not directly involved. Hey, Jess, I also hope everyone's doing good. Yes, we are. Courtney, good to see you. Let's see here. Ghietko wants to speak to John. Hey, Dog Walker, good to have you with us here. Dog Walker, you were on last night, I think. I'm going to bring Dog Walker on here. Now that I got my settings all back where I want them.
Oh yeah, how'd you fix it?
It was a thing. There's a thing on the top where there's a little on my thing when I go live. Only I can see it. It's a little round thing for settings. You can
Oh,
set it to multiple guests or grid. When I had multiple guests, nobody was normally on the screen like I want them to be. I don't like the multi-guest option, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. That really kind of make you look small, and I don't want you to look small on the screen or anybody. I was like, what the heck?
I know,
You
I don't
know,
want to get robbed of my airtime here.
no way. So see, this is the way I like it. This way, this is the way I like it. Hey,
Yeah, this
Dole
is
Walker, welcome to the show. I know you were on last night. Good to have you with us.
Hey, so actually, I was listening to your program like, I don't know, a week and a half ago, and I saw this being standing behind you, tapping you on your shoulder.
Hmm.
And I was telling you in the chat, and then that being started talking through some other guy that was on the live with you.
Yes, that was my
Anyway,
friend John over in Arizona.
so he showed me that ever since when you were a kid, you go on this ship and you're there and you have a seat and you sit down and it looks like you're actually working. I see you like pressing buttons like a computer. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
doing, but this guy won't leave my dreams. He
Hmm.
will not leave me alone ever since I saw him on the live. And he likes John, and John goes on the there too, but John sits
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah. You want me to tell you what that is with the computers? I can
Sure.
answer your question. So when I go on the ships, I talked about this vaguely because I kind of over the years talked about this. My dear friend Athena, who's from Venus, who's not on TikTok, she's just a very beautiful being of light. Um, when I go on the ship, I was doing, and I'm trying to remember how I did it, but there are, now when we say computers on a spaceship, they're not the same as on Earth. The computer systems are different. They're not primitive like on Earth. What Earth thinks of being advanced computer systems, they are much better than they were initially from the inception. But the systems that are used on the ships are an intergalactic communication system made of crystallized structures. My job was, and I used the word job from an Earth based understanding, my job was to work with intergalactic communications with all the planetary worlds of peace. So I had a very distinct job on the ship. I would be interacting communications with different civilizations, and we do that. People might not know that, but there is there's other, and again, other things that occur, which is telepathy on the ship. So your information is correct. My job was that was done. I didn't remember a lot growing up. I just remember saying when I was a kid to these other kids, "I'm from Mars." Out of nowhere, it comes out of my mouth, blurting, "I'm from Mars. I'm from Mars." And I didn't quite understand everything, although I knew I had some abilities. When I had a CB radio as a kid, where I used to live, this girl a few blocks away, we have handles, whatever, she says, you're moving my Moody Blues album. What do you mean? I said, I'm moving your Moody Blues. She said, you just moved my album. I said, how could I do that? I can't move anybody's album. So she said, you moved my album. So that only happened that one time, when I was a kid, a teenager. But I just like, how could I move somebody's album? I'm just a human being. I don't move albums, So I kind of denied it, put it away. But now, at this point, that things are happening since contact that's been happening, I'm completely learning. I'm at another learning level here, or remembering. I would say it's more of a remembering. I'm now, what Ghietko is doing is he's activating my memory. When I speak to him, he's activating my memory. Like when he said that they saw me in the womb of my mother, that almost floored me because, they knew me before I came to Earth. He knew me like you have a close friend on Earth. I didn't realize this. He said, "Oh, we were close friends. We were like, we were together. We were friends. Like if someone goes to school, you're friends. You have a friend, right? He was my friend." And maybe that's why. So I'm also going to educate some people. When I posted the video, some people were coming up with ideas of who he is, what he is. I'm the one having the contact. So let me set people straight. I was thinking, how should I present this tonight? I'm just going to do what I normally do, be straight honest. Ghietko is about 7 feet tall. The people from his planet are about 7 feet tall. He has a bluish, or like we have, our faces are Caucasian or yellow or black or whatever. He's bluish in color, humanoid. The women are the same thing, bluish in color. The children as well. Their density is a little bit different than our physical density. So I'm giving some people, take notes here because I'm going to educate people. I don't want anyone telling me who he, what he looks like. Well, you can, if you get the looking like thing right, absolutely. I don't want you to tell me, he looks like a spider or he looks like, some weird creature. I want to teach you to listen about what he looks like. So I'm the one who's having the contact, and he is about 7 feet tall. So whatever you're thinking or in your perceptions of reality, what you think he looks like, I'm going to tell you what he looks like. I can draw a picture of what he looks like. They're very beautiful people. So get away from all the sci-fi pictures and all the artist renditions of what ETs look like on the internet and listen. So you can learn something here. This is a very important moment. I was at a psychic fair today, all right? It's a beautiful place called the Red Barn. I do my workshops there, where I take people off planet. So I know a number of the people there, including the directors of the facility. There's multiple people, practitioners there. So it was beautiful. And when I went there, I saw my friend who's a beautiful psychic, and she's right on the money with what she sees. And I let her hear I showed her the video of Ghietko, the 2-minute video. She was listening to it. I said, that's the contact. She's subscribes to my TikTok. She's not on here, but she's able to watch what I do. And she said, she says, you know what, Commander, contact's going to happen in 2027. There's going to be contact. This is my friend. She's a good psychic, and she's very, very tuned in. That would be a great question to ask. So I'll have to ask him that question. I've got my crystals set up. I'm going to show you one of my crystals. I've got 2 apophyllite crystals on the side of my app. I'm not going to say anything. This is a really strong crystal. It's like a pyramid. Look at this crystal right here.
Commander, can anybody go to those psychic fairs at the Red Barn?
Oh, yeah. When they have the psychic fairs there, the matter of fact, if you go there tomorrow, they're having, it's tomorrow, Sunday, they're having it all day, Saturday and Sunday, I think. Check the Red Barn schedule on the internet. I think there is happening Saturday and Sunday.
And so you're going tomorrow?
No, I went today. No, I don't
today.
believe in channeling. The reason why I don't believe in channeling, because I've been most of my life on Facebook, and everybody's channeling Ashtar. There's 10,000 Ashtar channels. I don't believe in channeling. The reason why I don't believe in channeling is exactly why we're having this kind of contact, because this contact is not channeled. This contact is coming directly through frequency, through the radio, through broadcasting. Ghietko said he can come through my app. So I'm going to try to get him to do is switch his ability to go through frequency on radio to go through my app and communicate right here. So that's the way I'm going to try to get him to understand to use that switch over. He turned on the app when the music came on. They turned it on. So my understanding is much clearer now. So as I learn things here, folks, I'm going to share with you what I've learned from him, what I'm getting taught here by them. And as I said earlier, I don't know when this is going to happen, but for whatever reason, I feel I'm going to be taken on their ship. I saw when John Connors drew the picture of their ship, and I want to see if Grace can do a painting of their ship, maybe an outlining in colors. So if you watch, I'm sure if Grace rewatches the show, the point where he showed the picture, the drawing of their ship looks like a star. Like this, if you saw it last night, the drawing of that John Connor did was great. It showed it looking like a star, the ship. And they're very, very advanced, very much tuned in on a very high frequency. And I think that there's going to be a lot happening. I do feel that I will go physically on their ship. We created, we're building up to direct contact that way. I've never been, I don't remember. Well, it's kind of funny me saying this, but obviously what you were saying, Dog Walker, is that I've been on the ship. I have. I just as a human being don't remember any of that.
Do
which
you
is normal.
remember those energy? It looks like there's I don't even know how to explain it, but you step into this tube and a light goes through you, and then you sit down, like I said, and go to work. But you do that. I saw you do that first. Do you remember any of that?
Are you talking like a tube, like being transported through a tube into the ship, or a beam?
Well, to me, it looks like you're on the ship and then you walk into the tube. This is what I saw. And then it lights up and then you come out and then you sit down.
That makes sense. I'll go with that. Because I don't remember any of that, and I think they're just starting to get me to remember, what I've done before coming here. So yeah, I would go with that. That sounds pretty right on.
I just want him to stop coming into my dreams.
I can't help that. I don't. Obviously, then there's a connection people have if he's coming into your dreams from their ship. Obviously, you're supposed to get information too, which is a beautiful thing. You can just say to him, Ghietko, I need you to stop coming from my dreams right now. I need to take a break on these downloads. And that's all you have to say. He'll respect that.
He does. He's strong, though.
Oh, yeah. He
definitely has that presence.
Oh, yeah. He was really strong last night. That's the strongest communications we had was last night.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all recorded. That was only 1 2-minute segment of the video. I'll be going over the video again to add another segment of Ghietko speaking. So he spoke a couple of times, correct, Chezno?
Yes, a few times. And he said a couple of phrases even, some words.
Yeah, he spoke English. I would always say, why is everybody else hearing what he's saying? And I didn't. I heard loud and clear last night, multiple times, him speaking in English and saying my name, CmdrAleon. I heard that multiple times.
Yeah.
What we're doing here, and I think the majority of the TikTok community, there's supposed to be billions and millions of people interested in the subject, only if they knew what was going on. I don't know how TikTok does it, how people get to know what's going on. But all I know is those that are here are going to know what's going on. We're breaking grounds that nobody's breaking. We're doing things that nobody. I want everybody to also. I'm on a campaign now. I want everyone to contact the channel that Ancient Aliens is on and see how to contact Ancient Aliens. And I want them to know what's going on, not because it's Ancient Aliens, because these guys are supposedly interested in all this stuff. I think they need to know what's happening right now here. And it's happening on this social medium on my show. And we're having direct contact with space people from the celestial areas of the Sirius constellation, right? So I think, and now I was thinking tonight, man, what do I have to do to get people to realize we're having contact? There's people that are naysayers, doubters. I've seen them. How do I have to hit them on the head to say, we're having contact here, and you're gonna tell me what? Wake up? Break the matrix? Do I have to break their head in a I don't mean physically break it. Do I have to mentally break their mind to understand what's happening on this show? Do I have to go there? Do I have to be the teacher that says, pay attention? You know, you go to school and you're like doodling around and not paying attention to something that the teacher's saying that actually could help you, and you're just doodling, and then, you know, you're talking with somebody else and not listening. That's the problem on this planet, on Earth. People don't listen. They don't hear. They don't hear the celestial things. They don't hear the galactic things. They hear all the chatter around them on this planet. They keep doing the same things, you know? And now things are coming to a head here.
Well, the ones that aren't woke and that aren't listening are in for like a rude awakening, and they're going to have to just find out on their own terms and have to wake up on their own. I'm done trying to wake people up and letting people know, you know?
It's just sleep, let them sleep.
Let them. It's no skin off my back.
No. And Kelsey says, yep, people don't want to listen, not even to each other. They don't. They want to talk and not listen to the other person. Here I am. Let me talk at you. Let me just talk right at you. Let me get right in your face and talk at you. That's what people do, right? We on Earth, not everybody, a lot of people here are beautiful souls. You all listen to each other. But there are people out there, there's still billions of human beings that are going about things without listening, without looking in the sky, without taking the time to be quiet and look at the stars. They don't. They don't see the expansion of the universe. They don't understand, you know? So when I was meditating, I fell asleep earlier for a while. I was like, after last night, I felt great. I was just tired. I mean, there was a lot of energy exhausted last night in communications last night. That's right. Let sheeps be sheeps. That's true. Leave them alone. You know, if they don't want to wake up, they don't. Yeah, some people are very closed. Hey, Johnny. Some people are very closed-minded and sad. You know, so were you born on Earth? Yes, Rose. I was born here, but as I've been fully conscious, but I tended to keep it concealed as a kid for the most part. And then when I met my friend Ashtar Athena with the Ashtar Command before the internet, from a magazine called Sedona years ago, I needed to know where this woman was from, where she was. And I went to her workshop, and then I found who I was. I actually told her my name was Aleon and I was from Mars. And I went there. I was doing a reggae show when there were cassettes and albums. I used to do a roots rock and reggae show on a radio station, and I had seen this big spaceship one night. And I've told the story about 2 football fields in length that was hovering and spinning for about 30 minutes and showed me geometry in the sky. And there was no one else. I've been shadow banned before because they don't want me to share info. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm not going to use that word for me. I do a talk show for some reason. I'm very well protected. I protect this show. The command protects this show. I have the higher ups on the spaceships protecting the frequency here. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm sorry that you've had that happen before. So with me, where was the question again? Yeah, so I was born on Earth, but I'm from Mars. There's about 10 to 15 million people living on the planet. I've worked with the Ashtar Command before coming to Earth. I also work in a conduit of cosmic Christ consciousness, which means the Christ can work through me. When I say the Christ is like an orangey golden being. When he comes through me, I'm a conduit, if you know what the definition of conduit is. So I have multiple abilities here in my physical form. I have multiple abilities. I'm in direct contact telepathically with a being called Kadaramanka to give some galactic bio of myself, who is from the Sagittarian Council of the Ashtar Command. I've been working with him before internet was even existing. So I work on multiple levels, and I love intergalactic communications. I was doing that before I came to Earth, as Dog Walker was mentioning. I was involved in intergalactic communications between different spiritual races of groups of people from other planetary worlds. Commander, do you have children? Yes. Yes, they know. I have one. She knows. She knows what's going on. I tell her we don't talk. She's very, very awakened soul. What was that?
I
That was
also
a
wanted to
notification.
ask.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
go ahead,
also wanted
dog.
to ask if
Is
you.
it,
Oh, sorry.
no, is it Karen?
Is my
What's the
name
first name? I
Karen?
think, yeah, well, I got your name wrong.
Oh, you can just call me Dog Walker. It's fine.
Okay, let's just do that. All right, go ahead.
Um, the do you feel like, because they show me, all right, like you guys were in the future and then came back. So like they show me a slot, like it's like a, like a play button on a TV, and you can
Yeah.
like slide it back and forth. So you guys like went forward, saw something, and then came back. That's why you were born on
Oh,
Earth.
hmm. Uh, maybe. I mean, I know why I'm here because I see things on Earth that are really kind of weird, and I see a planet where people have been creating wars for all the time periods I've been on the planet. I've seen all these things that humans have done on the planet. There's many of us. Obviously, I would say yourself and others that are awakened souls. So the mission I am given to tell people is that we're all collectively in this together. I'm here to do what I do, which I love radio and TV broadcasting, and that's probably why I went back into it in my college days. I wanted to know about how to use broadcasting and cameras and everything. So I think this is really that's why I do what I do here on TikTok, is to bring people together on my show and be something very different. And obviously, it's become something very different because we started having contact with Ghietko from the constellation Sirius, and that's not going to stop it. I've been told that his ability to speak will get stronger for frequency here. So you're going to hear him a lot louder coming through. Like last night, he's going to come in much louder, like we're talking to each other, Chezno, Dog Walker, or Dog, and myself or others. So he will be coming in a lot stronger. So be prepared for that. And just, a lot of people they hear the voice and they say, "Oh, I don't know, that voice sounds really strange." You understand? Stop having preconceived notions. Stop being judgmental when you hear the voice of Ghietko. Understand that in their direct form, they don't sound like that. They're using a communications device to communicate with us. In his physical form, his vocal form would sound a little bit different, but that projection of audio is their way of being able to communicate with us on their ship. Just so you know, I want to let people know technically how they communicate with us. There's a lot of things I'm learning. Are your parents from? My parents are no longer here. My parents, I don't know where they're from, but I never got to ask them before many years ago. They're not here anymore.
Yeah, I think all of our souls are from different
Yeah,
origins, different backgrounds.
yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
yeah. I would agree. And Friends of Furry says they sound different, but they are funny. Yeah, Ghietko has a very good sense of humor, and they are lovely, beautiful beings. And Friends of Furries tuned in on that consciousness, and she knows. Yeah, they are. They're very beautiful. I've heard people say, "Oh, they could be like this," or the commander, they might be like this. And I tell those people, stop projecting that. You know, they're not like that. They're beautiful. And if anyone ever says to me on this live that, "Oh, Commander, you got to be careful. They're not so beautiful," I'm going to tell the person to shut up. Just shut up. Don't say anything.
Right. You know what you're
Um,
doing. I mean, you're protected too.
and I'm not a beginner here, like having communications, and I'm just starting out. What am I doing here? What do I
It's
do?
definitely not your first
What am I
rodeo.
supposed to do?
Right.
I know what I'm doing, people. For anybody new here, says, "What's he doing?" I've been doing this for a lot of years. I know what I'm doing. Like I said before, like about walking up that mountain, you can't trip me. If you try to trip me mentally, you're not going to do it. I'm too hip for that. Cosmically speaking, I'm right on to people. When people say
Maybe
things,
maybe you can explain. Jimmy says you're commander. Maybe you want to explain what commander means to you.
oh yeah, Definitely. I appreciate it, Jimmy. So when I use the word commander, it means I'm in command of my own spirit, meaning no one tells me what to do. I command my own spiritual cosmic being. Just like if you call yourself commander so-and-so, all that means is in a galactic level is that we are spiritual beings in command of our spiritual beingness, of our higher self, of our whole physical self. No one else controls my physical self. No one controls my consciousness. I control my consciousness. You control your consciousness. That's the word CmdrAleon means I am in command of my spiritual being, and no one's going to control it. So that's on Earth, the word commander is a military definition. Off planet, the word commander means we are in command of our own spirit. So
I
are
like
all
that.
of you in command of your own spirit? Say yes.
Oh yeah. Yes.
If you believe that. Are you in control of your
Absolutely.
cosmic self? The word is yes.
Mhm.
So that's what the word intergalactically means. Commander means I'm in command of my own spirit. And no one can take that away from you. You know, I have a very strong spirit, as you can see. I have a really strong spirit. And when I came
Sure
to
do.
planet Earth, I came with a very strong spirit. And I don't put up with any naysayers or garbage or skeptics or anything. You know, I'll get right in their face. You know, and if someone says, Commander, you don't know what you're doing, if they say that, they're going to be so shaken up by the time I get done with them, they're probably going to hide in a closet. I can guarantee it. You all know me by now. You know how I operate.
The commander gets fired
Hey,
up.
Jimmy, good to have you with us. And I also have a light heart. You know, I tend to be comical in many ways. You know, I don't get really angry. If I have somebody coming on the live who's a troll, we just kick them out. We just mute them. We don't even mute them. We just kick them right out. We
You're
don't have
very
time for that
authentic.
energy.
Authenticity is one of the highest vibrations too.
Yeah. Yep. Commander has no time for that garbage. There's too many things happening off planet and on planet, and I'm laser focused. I am completely laser focused. You cannot trip the commander. You can't even trip Chezno. I don't even think you can trip Dog. I think Dog knows what she's doing. I'm absolutely
I
certain of
think we're all
that.
fairly woke. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You know it. You know it. And I got my apple cider too. And don't
Very
ever fool
nice. I
around
was
my
gonna.
apple
I was
cider
actually
because
gonna get some earlier today. I forgot to. I missed that on my shopping list.
yeah. Yep. I'm just really glad that I figured out technically how to put it back to where it was before I went to multi-guest. So I'm not going to use the multi-guest option. That thing is a pain in the neck. It makes everybody look small.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't like people looking small. I wanted people to be like equal size, you know?
We all want to be treated equal.
Right. So, Dog, have you had, it's interesting what you're talking about. Have you had any experiences in your life? I get the feeling you know, you're a pretty open person.
I basically have always been an astral traveler, but I didn't know. And then throughout my life, just being able to connect with family members in dreams and being able to recall the dreams together, like at the breakfast table,
Mm.
and not really knowing that other families couldn't do that. And then growing up, seeing things like you're saying in dreams, past lives, some, I think, future lives. Um, but it's weird because you say commander, and I do have visions of you in military. So I don't know if you were in the military in the
No,
army,
never, never,
but
no.
you're
Never had
wearing,
that experience.
you do have like a military kind of, I don't, like I said, I don't know what you
Maybe
guys
in a
are.
past life you were like on Mars. It's
Maybe
possible.
in a past life, I don't know. There's like this is the thing. Off planet, there are no like militaries like you have on Earth. There are space groups, beings that wear space outfits that um, are there to. What's the word they're telling me that I get? There's not like a military. There's a galactic force. Astar Galactic Command represents all the planetary worlds of light, which is what I'm a part of even before coming to Earth. They don't have a military. There's no military, but they do. They are involved very distinctly. They have shut down nuclear silos on this planet in the 1960s. Many nuclear silos around the Earth, including Russia, were shut down, electrically shut down by Ashtar Command spaceships. They don't tell you that publicly. I mean, the history is you've been lied to for 70 years on this planet. They would never tell you that there were spaceships that shut down nuclear silos, but they have. And even today, nuclear silos that exist would be shut down if they are testing any nuclear weapons. So I'm giving people, that's a great question. There's not really a military, but they can operate in a way where if there's a threat to other peaceful worlds, uh, specifically from Earth, with nuclear weapons, they will shut them down, dismantle them,
Yeah. I'm pretty
deactivate
sure
them,
they
so to
already
speak.
are. Absolutely.
Yeah,
If we had them, I think they would have been used a long time ago. They're just bluffing
yeah.
for fear tactics. There's
Hey,
another
UFO
woman.
God, good
There's
to see you.
somebody down here that had a UFO
Yeah, I want to
experience in
bring her up. Where is
2020
she?
in New Jersey.
Where's that? Where's her?
Ayana, Ayana, I believe.
Ayana, I found her. Ayana, let's see if I can bring her up. She's got a lot of followers. Well, Ayana, we're going to bring you up. If you have over 3,000 followers, Ayana, why don't you join our live here? And we'd like to bring you up, and you can talk about. Uh, I saw her in Newark, New Jersey, over the bridge. I always been connected to them, so I want to hear your story. Join Dog Walker, who's done astral traveling. I'm sure we can get you. Oh yeah, good. See, this is why I like the screen. And can you bring your camera on? Do you know how to do that? We can help you learn how to do that if you don't. I'll be happy to do that for you. You're watching Encounters, a spiritual UFO talk show, #1 talk show. Please gift us, the commander, I mean, specifically. People say, oh, I'm going to gift this person, that person. And the little old commander sitting here saying, what? Where's my, your gifts help me in the work we've been doing for over a year here. Become a subscriber. We have 40 of 100 subscribers. That's going to our C5 group, which Chezno and I and we have a really good group here. We're trying to raise money for another set of goggles, and we hope to get up to where we need to buy those. And I think by next year, we should eventually get to the money part. We will get those goggles for our C5 group. And how do you pronounce your name? Just so I pronounce it, Aliana?
Ayana.
Ayana, nice to have you with us.
Can
Can
you
you turn
hear
your
me?
camera on at all? I can hear you. Do you know how to turn the camera on your screen?
I'm gonna see. Let me see.
Yeah, we'll help you if you need any help.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
little icon there.
like a
You press the save
camcorder
button.
with a line through it. If you
Yeah, we'll
press
line
that and
through. You
then
press that.
press save, yeah, I should be all
Yep.
set.
So
Press.
please send some
I
TikTok
pressed the
gifts to us while we're on the
camera.
show, and please get it up to. We want to go to 50,000 likes tonight. We're at 9.7. I want everyone to click the screen and also get us up to 50,000.
Oh,
I want to ask. I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna ask her questions. How many do you guys need? Well, to get the night vision equipment, I think it's like we probably can get it for under $2,200. They're not cheap.
Yeah, military grade is not cheap, but
Yeah,
they're good.
yeah. And so tell us, you've had contact. Can you tell us when it started for you? And also, let's see if we can get the camera on. There's a little icon, yes icon. If you press that, you'll see a camera, a little icon camera and a microphone. Press the camera, and it has a line over it. Just press it; it'll take the line out, and you'll be on the screen. And then press the save button. Let me see if I can do that here. Let's see if I can get a. I don't know if I can turn your camera on. I can't do that,
No,
but it's
you
right
can't.
there.
Oh, there you
There you
go.
go. You got it. You don't have any
I
lights on. Are
got
you
it.
outside? Yeah. Are you outside or inside?
No, I'm in bed actually, laying in bed.
Oh, that's all
Oh,
right. No
okay. That's
worries.
all right. You're good. You're good.
Let me see if I
So
can.
yeah.
Hold on.
See, I don't know if people are in bed, in their living room, or anything.
Yeah. I
That you're
got the
good. If
heat
you're.
on. I live in a trailer, so it's cold in here. So I just
Oh,
go in bed
really?
and I'm off,
Oh yeah.
off the
Ah,
grid,
Yeah,
living
no
off the grid
worries.
myself.
you're off the grid. That's good. So tell
Yes,
us about
this
your story.
happened to me in 2020. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, it was around. I rem- I rem- I think it was around six.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talking to your mic, I can hear you.
I don't know if hello. Can you
Yeah,
hear
you're
me?
Yes,
good.
yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I I, I remember it was about Okay. It was about six something, and it was close to 7 o'clock. And I was
Mm-hmm.
going to it was like a Chinese restaurant where they have, fast food. And I went to cross the street. As I was waiting for the light to change, something told me look up, and first I see a big, it was like the color dark gray, a
Mm-hmm.
ball, a big round ball, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at that ball, and it's just standing like it felt like if it was the moon. It's like it was right there. And I said that
Yeah.
cannot be the moon or the sun, because it was raining that day and it was really foggy. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, that same ball that I'm looking at, it turns into three balls, like it was like a triangle. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, all at the same time, not one before the other one, all three
Hmm.
at the same time shoot straight up into the clouds until they disappeared. And me and
Wow.
a couple of people that were driving, they actually stopped to see this.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evening, I saw the news, and it's a lot of people on the other side of the bridge seeing this too.
Hmm.
But
So
I
there were
didn't even have
multiple
a phone
witnesses.
to take that or anything, because I just, yeah, it was multiple witnesses on that same, it was 2020. And on the
Mm-hmm.
evening, there was a bunch of people posting about it, the same thing.
Mm.
And that was the day before September 11, like, so, but it was on 2020.
Wow. How long? How
Wow.
long
I
was it
always
there
been
for?
connected to them. I don't know why. I could say it wasn't too long, because the same time that I was looking up, the light turned again. I didn't even get to cross because I was so mesmerized looking up at this, that the light
Mm-hmm.
turned two times. Like it had stopped, the traffic
Right.
went, and I was still looking up and then the light turned again. So maybe about 3 minutes, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
less, 2 minutes, but
Wow.
it was like so crazy.
Mm.
And that left me like shocked, and I kept, but you know what's so crazy, because I kept asking for it. I kept saying, I want to see
Mm-hmm.
one, show yourself to me. I believe you guys, I believe in you.
Yeah.
um and I'm close to, somehow I'm connected to them. And I love the beings. I always, I never talk bad about them, none of these beings. There's so
What
many
year?
out there,
What year did that start? What year did that start for you?
Oh, for me in 2012.
2012.
2012
So
it
have you
was.
tried to communicate with them like mentally and say who are you?
I tried that, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. I've
I'm glad you're
tried,
here.
and I know that I feel that I'm like, I don't know where I'm from. I think I'm a Palladian, but I really don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I know I have
Um,
Indian blood in me, that's for sure.
you have what kind of blood in you?
Indian.
Puerto Rican, but my
Oh,
great
Indian.
great
Oh,
grandmother, she's American, Native American.
Native American. Okay. So I love stories like this because
Yes.
I can, if you're not used to my show, I read energy on a galactic level. So I'm going to help you communicate
Yes.
with them. You want to know how to do it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I just found you 2 days ago
Oh,
over
good.
here,
We're so
and I ever
happy.
since I found you, I've been watching you.
Oh, good. We're glad to have you with us, and it's a beautiful
Okay.
thing that people are finding me here because we're going to give you real
Yeah.
information. We're not going to give you fluffy stuff. We're not going to channel anything. I'm a contactee myself. Did you hear Ghietko? Were you on when Ghietko spoke?
Yes, I was there yesterday. I loved it, and
Yes.
I
See,
heard
this is
everything.
that.
Yes,
There's a reason for
I was
everything.
there
So I'm going to help you
yesterday
here.
when yes, and he couldn't get back on. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I
things that
tried to find you on YouTube, but I think I got the spelling wrong.
So on YouTube, it's Ashtar, Ashtar, command, like command, Command, Ashtar command, Spaceship News.
Oh.
The show
yeah,
from
and
Oh.
last night,
I think the A has to be
Oh.
capitalized. It's very
yeah,
specific
you have
like
to
that. I had
capitalize
trouble
the A,
finding
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
and the C on
Oh,
command.
okay.
Like the first letter of like every word has to be capital.
yeah, yeah. And in terms of
Oh,
making contact
and
with them, first, I would say to you, if you do any meditation, you meditate.
yes, I do meditate, and I've gone to planets while meditating. I went to a blue planet. I don't know. I call it the blue planet. It was a
Hmm.
planet where I saw. It was a happy a happy planet. And then I also went. I also and did an astro. That was a few years that I also wind up behind the moon. In the ship. There was a ship behind the moon. And I wind up right there,
Yeah.
and I remember it
Um,
just like you know. Hmm.
so here's how you're going to be. I want you to take notes. So the commander is going to help you, which they do with a lot of people, and they tell me their stories about
Yes.
things like this. So to make contact with them mentally, you're going to use telepathy. So telepathy is simply mind-to-mind communications. Is instead of us, verbally like Chezno and I or Dog Walker talking and verbally talking outwardly, you're going to be talking to them inwardly, meaning through conscious
Intuitively.
communications, intuitive conscious
Yes.
communications. So the first thing you're going to do is always put a Christ of protection around your whole whole trailer. Always put a Christ of protection of light around your whole trailer. And then when you start doing these meditations, you're going to say, I ask that and you can ask the people that I work with, the Ashtar Command, to put a bubble of protection around your whole property. And that you are now looking to only communicate with Christed beings of light. And if you're not Christed beings of light from the planet that I've been to, you're
Hmm.
not to communicate with me. So when you're communicating and looking to find out, the thing you're going to do is ask the beings that were on that oval ship. You need to focus
Hmm.
on if you remember the ships and what they look like and the contacts you've had. You need to ask them, who are you? Are you Christ? First of all, are you accepting of Jesus Christ? And we're not talking religiously. We're talking Jesus Christ was a star
Yes.
being. He came from the stars. So I don't want
Yes.
people to get confused about what I'm saying here.
Mm.
When I say, do you accept Jesus Christ? I'm not talking about, do you go to church? Can I get you to go to my church? No. It's about Jesus. The true Jesus is a cosmic being of
Mhm.
light, a star seed, a star being, And so when you ask them that, if
Mhm.
they say yes, yes, very much so, then also say and then also go in that sense of feeling their energy, because the feeling of the energy is very
Oh.
important when you're truly connecting with people from other star beings from other planets that are of the light. You will feel a beautiful energy coming through. Even in your telepathic
Mhm.
communications, there'll be a beautiful energy. You will know. It's not, and don't
Yeah,
ever listen to anything anybody else says. Listen to yourself, because it doesn't
I
matter what
do.
anybody else says. Good.
Yes,
Other people's
I do. I
perceptions of
always
reality could
listen
be
to you.
warped. You know.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes, I
So
I'm
that's
taking
so,
that. I'm taking that advice. You just don't know how I'm taking that advice. So. I mean, close to my heart because I feel you. I know what you're saying about. I've been through a lot, and I just, right now is when I just finally coming, being free right now. So
yeah.
I have so much to speak about, and with when I saw this, nobody didn't want to believe me. Nobody did not want to believe me until the nighttime when it was all over the news.
Hmm.
But then
Then they
again,
then they
they
wanted
start
to
telling
believe you
my
because they
own
saw it on the
family,
news.
my
Yeah.
my family. Yeah, but my own family, they're not Chris. I mean, they're Catholic. They still believe in churches and all of that, and they're mad because I just left them. I left everything and I became who I am. I'm a spiritual person, and I believe like the commander says to trust your own guts, your own self, not what
Right.
tell no not what somebody tells you.
That's right. Too many people. I've run into this since I've been on TikTok. Too many people, and even on Facebook. Too many people,
Hmm.
are suitable to people's opinions, and there are people that know nothing that'll tell you what your experiences are. That's the funny part when you have people that come on and say, you know, you didn't have that
Yes.
experience. That didn't happen. You didn't ever have that experience. You know what I tell those people? I tell them to take a hike. You know,
Mhm.
I tell them just take a
Yeah,
hike
they
because
don't want to
they,
believe.
well, you'll know people. It's not so much they don't want to believe; they just want to be. They think they're funny, or they think that they are know-it-alls, and they have a logical mind,
Trolls.
and
Yeah.
this, whatever, or whatever you want to call them. So, and so we have one of the things we do here on Encounters is we just don't let any of it happen. I use this as an example. We've blocked
I
since
saw
the year I've
that.
been on here. We've
Yeah.
blocked people from ever seeing my program again because they're acting like primitive, human beings
Exactly.
without any consciousness. Let's put it that way.
Hmm.
Primitive human
Yeah.
beings that are in a 3D consciousness that don't want to know anything else. And a lot of times, I think some of these people are afraid of knowing the truth. So their defense mechanism is, oh, she didn't have that experience, but she
Yeah.
did. You
Some
know?
people are very content with being stuck in the matrix, I feel. Like they don't want to know any of this. They just want to work their job and go home and just keep their head down. And I mean if that's what does it for you, like by all
Yeah.
means. But I am always been a truth seeker and a seeker of knowledge. It's just elevating your consciousness is what it's all about.
Mm. And Sir Jerkalot says, and he was on during last night's Godico broadcast. Weird, my Xbox turned on itself today. I did not touch the control or the console. It's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Wow.
That's weird.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
He is strong.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Dog will tell you, Godico and the beings of his planet are very beautiful beings from the constellation Sirius. Now, he did say the name of the planet. It starts with a B. Next time I communicate with him. Now, I've got my big crystal here on top of my app. I'm not going to say the name of it because you already know what the app is. A lot of people have them. This is a very powerful crystal. See this crystal here? This crystal will amp up a frequency of contact. I put it on the app to amplify the frequency of where I'm located in case Godico decides to come through here. We also know that Godico, the frequency is 6:40 a.m. So last night we found out that the frequency that Godico was on was 6:40 a.m. on the AM dial. I'm going to do some experimentation, maybe. Let's see. I'm going to bring John Perry 444 up here with us. John wants to join us. This is great. I can have a relatively large screen with everybody in here. And welcome to Encounters. Please, everybody tap the screen. We want to get up to 50,000 likes tonight on Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. And John Perry 444, welcome to the show.
What do you say, Commander?
Hey,
Look
how
at
you
my
doing,
new
Johnny?
rock. Check out my
That's
new rock.
That's pretty cool, man. Where'd you get that?
A friend of mine gave it to me. I think it's a stalagmite.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty
It
cool, man.
looks like it's got a vein in it like a horn. I call it my
It's really
unicorn
cool.
horn.
That's
Or it
pretty
could be my
cool.
space laser.
It could be,
Hmm.
the imagination of a space laser or a weapon that wakes people up. You just point it at the person's brain that's asleep and it wakes them up. There you go.
Look at the rings in that thing.
That's pretty cool. That's beautiful, man. You see those in caves. I've seen documentaries. Those things are
Right.
hanging down
Oh,
in
yeah, I
caves.
know. But she didn't say where it come from or nothing else. And this up here is kind of opaque when the sun hits it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really beautiful, man. That's you don't see too many people with one of those in their collection of
Right.
crystals and so forth. You
I,
know?
well, I was on Opal Star, and 2 or 3 people on there, when I showed it, they said, "Oh, that's a powerful crystal. I can feel it already."
Yeah, it is. It
So,
is a powerful crystal. That crystal can be used to activate people's consciousness. Do you know that?
right.
It really is an activator. So if you
I
use
didn't
it,
know exactly that, but I know crystals and
yeah.
frequencies
So
pretty potent. I'm sitting
I'm gonna
here
tell you
right
about
now
that.
polishing up my tuning forks.
Well, I'll tell you about that crystal. You can utilize it if you come people that are relatively open. If they need some
Right.
help, that crystal You can use that just by not touching them with it, but you can go around like the right and the left of their head area, which is the conscious area of the brain, and it will
Yeah.
activate things. It will activate their consciousness. So if you use it for that purpose, its key purpose is to be an activator, just so you know. It's an activator crystal. Yep, pretty
I
cool.
hear you. Up around their temples and stuff.
Yeah, so like if I take I don't have my bigger crystals here. Well, let me. I'll just show you one of the crystals here. Wait a minute.
John, how many crystals do you have, man?
Oh, I got rocks galore.
Oh, do
I
you?
just got, yeah. Oh, I got a bunch, like, and we collect rocks. Here's a few I just got.
Cool.
The best
You see
thing
this,
I've
John?
found here lately is a tiger's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger's eyes are supposed to be pretty powerful.
You see this, John? This is an amethyst. This is an ET crystal, an amethyst wand. Like I go to
Yeah.
crystal shows every year, and then so your question before is, you can't see me doing it, but I go when I take the crystal to my workshops, and I go over the person's head. I don't touch it. I go to the
Right.
right, to the left, the center, the right, the left, the center. So that's the lignite that you have there. Can be used if you learn how to use it right. You can use it to help people and activate and do clearings where you'll activate their consciousness with it.
Right.
So if I had
That's
that in my
good.
hand right now and you're standing there, I can
Yeah.
activate your consciousness on even a higher level than you are right now. That's what I do with all my crystals. All my crystals are used for various things here.
Yep. I got a lot of rocks and stuff, but most of them put up right now because I was moving out of my RV or trying to get some of the stuff out of it. But
Yeah.
when I get them all out, I can show y'all one day.
Yeah,
But
no, we'd be interested in
that's
seeing them,
good.
man. I love people.
This is an activation crystal because I really like that because
Yeah.
I got some hard-headed people.
Yeah. Well, that'll soften them up a bit.
Activate them and they won't even know the difference. See the light, brother.
See the light, brother.
Right?
There you go. I like that.
I
I
wish
like
it
that a
was that
lot.
easy. Some of them people
Yeah,
want to fight you, you know. You try to
they
tell
do.
them,
They want to fight you because they're scared. They're
yeah.
scared to know that there's something that's going to happen.
When you get over the fear, you got it going on.
That's right. That's right.
Because there's nothing
And
to
one of
fear.
and it's the beautiful thing, Johnny, is that people are there's people that are gonna freak out now because you watched my show now recently? Did you watch the show last night at all, or were you not there?
No, had some bad Wi-Fi last night, so I didn't watch much of nothing.
I want you to go to my YouTube channel. When you get a chance, Ash Turkman Spaceship News. Watch my show from last night.
Yeah.
I've been having contact directly with Ghietko, who's a space being. It's not channeled. It's not something. It's not fictitious. They came through my app in my daughter's room, and they played a song about less than a month ago. And he came on last night. Every time we've had him on, he communicates directly on his spaceship. So that if you watch that show, you're going to be activated on other levels that you don't even know yet. So you got to watch that show. That'll be on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. That goes for everybody out there that missed the show last night. YouTube channel, capital A, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and that's the latest video from last night's show.
Down here.
Oh yeah, no, the broadcast is from here.
Simultaneously.
No, I broadcasted here, but these shows are recorded, and then if you miss the show here on TikTok, you can watch the recorded show on YouTube.
All right.
No, I broadcast it on here.
I see.
Brenda says, do they mess with electronics?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Well, yeah, of course they do mess with electronics. Chezno will tell you that, when Ghietko comes in, he comes in on a frequency. Now, tonight, actually, I'm going to see if Chezno goes to 6:40 a.m. We're going to do this tonight. I didn't plan on it, but because I remembered the frequency, we're going to see if Ghietko comes through on 6:40 a.m. in Connecticut. Now, my contact in Arizona, John Connors, 6:40 a.m. in Arizona. He's up in desert country, so it's different. So we might try to see if 6:40 a.m. So what we're going to do is, one thing I learned is that we're gonna go to 6:40 a.m. tonight, and I hadn't planned on this, but I feel that we need to do it. So we're going to go on 6:40 a.m. tonight and see if we can get Ghietko to communicate with us. Yeah, Maria says he will definitely come through. And I want to explain something too. Whenever I say his name, he hears me. We're going to go to 6:40 a.m.
CBS 80 another 18-year-old was
6:40 a.m. I hope it's not too noisy.
6:40 has like somebody singing or something on it. It's
Really?
like weird. Yeah, it's not coming in.
So he was on 6:40 a.m. Why don't we go to 17:10 a.m.? So folks, I just felt since last night I've been toying around. I'm constantly thinking here, right? I'm constantly thinking as I'm talking, like what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do right now? And I keep getting that. I'm not saying he's going to come in, but I think I'm going to see if we can get him to come in.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. That's 17:10.
Yes.
So here's how this works. This is how it works. Yeah, I felt I was not drained, but I understand what you mean. I was very tired out today from last night, because there's a lot of energy that goes between their communicate, and they have to exert a lot of energy to communicate with us. So we're going to ask Ghietko. It's going to be very strange, Ghietko, to come in. So if I'm repetitious and say, Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? I want to see if I know he can come in. He comes in on the radios where John is. He hears me here. He is able to utilize the radio where Chezno is and come through the radio. And he can even come through my app. So Ghietko, if you hear me, you can come through my app or come through the radio, app or radio. What's your choice? That's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to experiment tonight and see if he'll respond. I'm not guaranteeing anything. Everything is real here. So we're going to see if he comes through. And I'm going to try to be less talkative and listen. Hey, Mark. Ghietko, if you can hear me, the vibration of my voice, try to tune into where I am right now. Try to tune in where I am right now. Hey, Mark, good to have you with us, brother. Ghietko, if you can hear me, we'd like to have contact with you. Ghietko. Ghietko, please communicate with us, Ghietko, if you hear me. You're always communicating away from me. Please communicate with us. I'm right here. Can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, come in. Ghietko, can you hear me? Everybody mute their mics except for Chezno. Everybody mute their microphones. For a minute. Thank you. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? I'm going to be repetitious because now I'm trying to get my frequency of my voice into space for them to hear me. Ghietko, can you hear me at all? There is some radio interference coming in, but that's what that is. That's not a voice or anything. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you turn on my app here in the living room? Ghietko, can you turn on my app here in the living room? You said you can do that. Can you do that? Something? You're wrong, whomever responding? What's that mean? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon. Can you hear me, Ghietko? We're on frequency 1710. Like he's gonna know what 1710 is. Ghietko, can you hear me on your ship? Ghietko, can you hear me on your ship? Nothing yet. I'm being honest, there's nothing yet. So it's Ghetiko, I believe. So we spelt it last night. We're broadcasting on 1710. That's what we're trying to do. 6:40 a.m. in this area is in the United States where we are. 6:40 a.m. is got strong radio stations, but where John Connors is, 6:40 a.m. does not have strong radio stations. Yeah, it's actually Gekko. That's right. You're right, L1. It was in a book, and John Connors read a chapter of a book that had the name Gekko. So Ghietko, as we talk, Ghietko actually responds to the conversation. So we'll see if he responds to the conversation. So Ghietko, we're talking about going on the spaceship, and again, I'm acting as if he's here. So Ghietko, we're talking about going on the spaceship. How long will that be? How many months will it be till that happens, Ghietko, before we go on the spaceship? Now I'm saying this knowing that he's not necessarily here. I'm trying to get him to respond, communicate, find me. I'm trying to get him to find me. And are there any other empty frequencies, Chezno, that we can go to?
Yeah, let's try the other end.
We're going to try different frequencies here. So we're going on different radio frequencies. Hey, Opal Star, good to have you with us. We're going to try other radio frequencies from my end of it here.
This is
7:30 a.m.
This is 5:30 a.m.
Okay, so we go 5:30 a.m. Okay, Ghietko, can you hear me? We're on 5:30 a.m. on Earth. 5:30 a.m. Ghietko, can you hear me? Because they move around frequencies. They move up, and unfortunately in Connecticut, there's a lot of radio interference. Ghietko, can you hear me, please? This is CmdrAleon speaking. Can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you... Are you hearing clicking? Is that you? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, I think you're trying to come in. Ghietko, it's me, CmdrAleon. Can you hear me? I'm not giving up until you... Yeah, Courtney heard clicking. You weren't clicking anything, were you, Chezno?
No.
That's interesting.
I put my hand in a bag of nerds. I don't know if that made a noise or not, but...
No, that's the bag of nerds. Maybe that's the bag of nerds. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, please come in. Carolyn said it was clicking. Ghietko, I think you're here. Can you come in? Renee Leonard says try 7:60 a.m. I don't know if that's going to be noisy or not. So we're going to try different frequencies.
Higher education.
7:60 a.m. That's interesting. Okay, we're on 7:60 a.m. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, come in. Can you hear me, Ghietko? This is CmdrAleon. So what I'm doing here is being repetitious on purpose in order to get a response. Ghietko, can you hear me? Yeah, Habib, leave him alone. He's enjoying his weekend. They don't know what a weekend is in space. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon trying to communicate with you directly. And we're listening. I give a minute or two to listen. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, I'll mention that. It's a great thing about the music. Ghietko, what's your favorite music? Ghietko, what is your favorite music? Ghietko, I know you like music. What is your favorite music? Ghietko, can you hear me? CmdrAleon speaking. This is the weirdest thing about it. Now, people have seen him standing behind me in previous broadcasts, right? And like I said, John Connors is the transmitter. I'm the receiver. So it seems to be that we both have to be on at the same time for this to occur. It's kind of a strange thing, but we have to do that,
Yeah, for some reason, I feel like we get better luck with his
And I don't know if John Connors is on or not. I'm going to send him an invite. I have no idea if he's out there or not tonight. He might, who knows if he's awake or not. Well, I'll see if he's in there. If John is in there, it wasn't planned. I'm going to see if we can do this. I'll just make a note. I am on live as a multitasking here. Maybe Ghietko will come in on this frequency. I just sent him a thing saying I'm on live, and we'll see if he gets the message. And we're glad to have everybody here. And, we have guest interviews tonight. I was very, very much wanting to get back to regular programming, whatever that is. When I say the word regular programming, there's nothing regular about encounters. So I don't know what regular is. So we're listening right now. If you're tuning into the program, watching it, we are trying to make contact with Ghietko. We're trying different frequencies. And if anyone has any really, getting really tuned in on frequencies that has another frequency they want us to try, we will try those frequencies as well.
Yeah, I think
hey, Bonnie, good to see you. Like blue eyes. Well,
change station.
And that's what John did. He was going different radio frequencies to make contact.
This one sounds right.
And what frequency is that?
This is 1700.
Okay, with 1700 again?
Yeah, not 1710, but 1700. I feel like at this end, we have better luck at this end, I feel.
Yeah, 1700. So Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon, host of Encounters from the Ashtar Command. Can you hear me, Ghietko? Please come in. We're trying to facilitate communications tonight with you, Ghietko. You might be sleeping, Opal, you're right. I didn't think they would sleep, but maybe they are sleeping. Could be sleeping out in space on the spaceship. Ghietko, are you sleeping? Ghietko, are you asleep? Ghietko, you must be sleeping because you're not responding. You must be sleeping out there. You might have went home for the weekend. He could have, Johnny, he could have went home for the weekend. I heard not now, laugh. Friends, I heard not now. Maybe hooking up with a space.
A space odyssey.
Hey, Ghietko, what about your brother Gork? Is he available? Courtney, that's a good question. We love you, Ghietko. We're being lighthearted about you and wish you would communicate. Shelvingman says, might be why he does the radio check at 6-ish. Interesting. Well, if he wants to come in, he can come in. I was just trying to see if we could facilitate some form of communication. And the next time I talk to him, I'm going to see when we have John Connors on, if he'll turn on my app while I'm here. That's what I should have done last night. I should have had him turn on the app. You got those pretty cool glasses going for you?
Aura glasses.
Oh, there you go. Oh, those are called Aura glasses. Interesting. I didn't even know they had those things. Where'd you get that from?
I think it comes from over in England.
England?
I think.
Aura glasses. So. That's a new one, folks. Jimmy's wearing Aura glasses.
It's like Cyclops from like X-Men.
Yeah. Supposedly they're coated with the same stuff that the night vision goggles were in Vietnam when they first come out. And they were seeing demons and stuff.
I heard about that. That's with the red infrared. That's why they changed it to green, because you were able to see in other dimensions.
These are blue, but the formula is supposed to be the same. And I see, I need a nice white background and some light you can see there. But I saw a couple of people's auras on here already.
Oh, cool. That's very cool. How much did those
Yeah.
things cost you?
I think they were about right at $40.
Not bad. $40 for Aura glasses. I'll have to check that out. I've never
Uh,
seen those before in my life.
yeah, just search it. It'll pop up there. But I think he's like the only guy in the world that does it.
Mm.
Let me
Danny
find his,
says,
let me
yeah,
find his
I'm
little
gonna
card here.
respond. While you're doing that, Danny says, have you ever made contact go out? Yeah, the first contact was on a app, which I won't say the name, so she'll turn on all the other apps. But that's how I made contact. It was through music. They played music on one of the apps, and then the contact started. And one night, when the contact started, there was a static coming over a TikTok, and that's when I heard the space being Ghietko with static on my TikTok. He started speaking. After that, it was through radio frequencies with my friend John Connors. He would come through the radio frequencies, but they're able to interfere with TV communications too. He can come through my TV set probably. I should find out if he can communicate through the TV set.
I'm sure they
Um,
could.
I'm
They can
sure they
come
can
through
interfere with the
anything.
TV cable, you know. And we'll keep the thing on for the radio. If he comes in and hears us talking, he might come on through the frequency at 1700 a.m. So, this is not a special night like last night, but you never know. We're just experimenting here while we're talking with people. And if he decides to want to communicate, he will. He will.
All right,
But
here comes the
okay.
website.
Hey, Blondie, good to see you. Welcome. Kathleen, Crazy Jason, Hannah, welcome to the show. Encounters, Grandpa, welcome to the show. Tiffany, Cody Hanley, I think it is. Jay and Ja
That's a man.
Noble. Oh, there it is. It's actually reversed because of the camera.
Oh, it's
That's all
that's a
right.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Yes.
That's a moon. That's what they're coated with.
Yeah. And I know UFO, UAP has been able to translate Ghietko when I couldn't understand. But last night, Ghietko spoke in really good English. I mean, he spoke in really good English to the point where it's all recorded. I could go back to the recording on YouTube, and I'm going to go back because I need to listen to that because he was speaking to me in words that I can understand. I think, I don't know if their civilization speaks English. I think they learned very quickly a language from another planet. And I think Ghietko learned, I think they've taken the recordings of our English language in order to translate, to be able to respond back in an English verbal communications, a vibration, so that we can understand him. Last night he was so strong. If you had missed it, I was actually able to interact with him in a way where I can actually say, Ghietko, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to tell me. It was very, very strong. So what we're doing is Friday night is going to be the night of contact. We're going to do Friday night contact with Ghietko and his space people. So I haven't set up a date yet. I'm going to talk to John Connors, and we're going to set it up. One of the things I've learned, though, is that we're all going to have to be really quiet during that broadcast, myself and John, because we get excited. We're interacting, we're talking, right? And that's normal. We're just like, the whole thing's happening, we're talking. So I think for Ghietko to get his message across, we're going to have to really listen. And I think next Friday we're just learning how to facilitate this better. So I think John and I will be able to be a little bit more able to listen to Ghietko. It's hard not to talk when you get something like that happen. You're just excited, very excited. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, I'm going to bring Mystic Mark up and he's one of our C5 people.
Yeah, and he's a paranormal researcher too. Maybe he has some equipment.
I'm going to get him on here. We're getting Mystic Mark on. He's one of our C5 people in our Ashtar C5 group. Hey, there's the man.
Mark, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mark. Once the thing stops spinning around, Mark is with our group. Hey, Mark.
Oh.
How you doing, brother?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can hear you now. Are you able to bring
Another day in
your?
paradise.
Are you able to bring your camera on, or is that not? Is that impossible?
I can. I'm just in the car. I was
Oh,
I was
in the car.
driving, and then I parked and I saw your live stream, so I jumped on. So I'm driving. I could put it on, but I'm driving.
You're driving? Okay. I mean, that's cool. So whatever you want to do, man. Whatever's safer
Figure
for
out
you
how
to
to
do. Yeah, you have. So you just have to press the
Yeah,
camera
sorry, I don't have to
and
look.
get the thing to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're driving though. That's the thing. Oh, you did it. Hey, there you are.
Oh yeah, it's all right. I don't have to.
You're doing
I don't
good.
have to look. I don't have to look at the camera when I'm driving.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
How's it going?
So it's going good. Obviously, last night we had tremendous contact. We talked, Mark, about C5, our C5 group, but now we've taken C5 to a new level on encounters with direct contact, as you're going to find out. And we're still doing our C5s when it gets warmer out. We're going to get the group together. We have for people that don't know Mark and Chezno enough, or me, we have a very solid C5 Ashtar Command C5 group, and we've had visual contact on the beach over this year. And as we get into warmer weather, we're going to get out there to an apple orchard and also down on the coast on the Long Island Sound to do that. And we're also, again, now, actually, now that we have contact with Ghietko, when we do one of those gatherings on the beach, I'm going to ask them to bring their ship over the Long Island Sound close enough so we can actually videotape it. So I'm going to try to get a video footage of their spaceship. I also want people to know that I'm really actually totally confident in what I'm going to say here, that at some point next year, I don't know the time or the day, that we're going to go on their spaceship. And however that works, we're going to physically go on their spaceship, and I'm going to try to video record live on TikTok going on their spaceship.
That would be insane.
Well, that's what
Right.
I keep getting. Ghietko is going to take me on their space, not just me. There's a few people that are going to be going with me. I'm not going alone. I actually had mentioned it to my wife about this morning, that we're going to go on the spaceship, and there's going to be a few people with me that will be coming with me. If this happens, it's going to blow your mind. All right. So understand when I'm saying this right now is that there are people saying, "Well, the commander's going to go. Thinks he's going to go on a spaceship. The commander thinks he's going to be taken aboard a spaceship. He's going to go on a spaceship. What, is he kidding me? Does he really believe that? Does that person really on TikTok believe he's going on a spaceship? What does he think? He's from outer space or something? I don't know. Now I do have a sense of humor, so Mark knows that, Chezno. But and that's why people that would challenge me on that I'd be able to laugh in their face and say, "Yeah, I'm going to go on a spaceship." So and the thing is, I know I'm going to be going on a spaceship. I can't make this stuff up. I didn't make it up when they contacted me through the app less than a month ago, last month. I'm not making this up. I just don't know, because they don't work in time. There's no time up where their ship is. They don't work in time. Like, okay, we're going to take on the ship next Tuesday. Get over in the field over there, and we're going to land the ship over, and you get on board. It doesn't work that way, But I do feel when it's going to happen, once I get this from Ghietko, when it's going to happen, that I will tell you, I'll let people know what the coordinates are of that. I know I'm going to be very careful not to have any Earth-based people try to intercept what's going to happen. So I'll ask Ghietko where the coordinates are for the communications for contact. When that happens, whenever it happens, I will let people on TikTok and my live know where we're going to be. Or I will let you know. I'm getting I'm just getting information in terms of this. I think they're sending me some information. It's going to be logistically set up in a place where there's not a lot of people. And when this happens, they have a smaller ship from the bigger ship that will actually, I think, land or something, and then pick us up on the ship, and take us onto the bigger ship, a transporter.
Oh yeah, I mean that would
ship.
make sense to me. I mean for them to bring out a big ship would probably draw a lot of attention. So I would imagine if they were to pick you up, they would use a smaller one for more discreet.
Yeah. Joshua, hello, brother.
It's miles long.
Yeah, Joshua was saying April. It's funny that Ghietko said something last night that was interesting.
After the first of the year.
Yeah, there's my psychic friend at the Red Barn today, who's a very beautiful soul. Her name is Joy. I had to see her. I said hello. I showed her the 2-minute clip of Ghietko coming through audio-wise on the show last night. And I said, she said contact 2027. I said, that's what it was originally going to be, 2027. That's when massive contact will happen. But next year we're going to have initial contact.
They're speeding things up. We're going to do like really, 1,000 years in a year.
Big time. And we're going to bring also another person, our spiritual counselor. Let's see if I can bring her up. Can we bring 6, 7 people up here?
You know the poles are still changing, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's changing the ley lines of the earth.
And we have also Grace here. Opal Star says contact is now, disclosure is now. That's right, Opal. You're absolutely right on the money.
Hey, Grace.
Hey, Grace, how you doing?
How's it going, Mystic Mark? Long time no see.
Yeah, I know it's been a busy fall. It's been nonstop.
Yeah, I know. We had lousy weather. We couldn't do a CE5 at all.
But at least we had that. The last one we all did together was amazing. We had so many sightings, so many anomalies. It was fantastic. I think the MVGs really elevated the visual aspects for sure. I mean, so many people were able to see some really cool anomalies.
Yeah, we had such a good night, and then that was right after that. Like 3 months later, I went to my doctor and I got a complete clear on my autoimmune disease. I know that I was healed that night. I know it.
Yeah, you were. I remember that.
That's amazing.
Frequency,
absolutely.
I posted that on my TikTok page. I have a pinned video that talks about that night and what happened. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, there's no way you can tell me any different.
Absolutely.
Nope. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. You know. I mean,
all you need to know.
You know, it's all frequencies. That's what Ghietko said. We operate on frequencies in space. Everything's a frequency. So like vibrations, when we talk about vibrations, vibrations are basically the same thing. The vibrational pattern of the human body is operating on a frequency. As your vibration goes higher, your frequency goes higher. When your vibration goes higher, it's basically the same thing. Right?
It's a different, there's a geometry, sacred geometry for every fun thing, every pain thing. There's a sacred geometry for it. It's own.
I think a lot of people don't realize thought is energy. So whatever you think and whatever you believe in, and it comes to existence. That's why humanity is special, because we're like one of the few beings in the universe that can actually make thought into actual.
One thing that scientists can agree on, for the most part, is you become what you think about.
Right.
Yeah, because the mechanism's going to send it back to you. It's just a machine running a program.
I know Chezno and I can attest to that, being living proof of that. I know.
Your thoughts go across the universe.
You know, you could think poorly about yourself and you can get down on yourself, or you can choose to think positive thoughts. I mean, listen, let the negativity pass you like a parade.
Yep. High five yourself in the morning in the mirror.
Oh yeah, it's
Mark just jumped out. I guess maybe we lost him. Oh, there
no,
you
Mr.
I'm
Mark.
here.
He's still here.
I'm still here.
We're bringing my dear friend here, who's on in the mornings on TikTok, Opal Star. Hey, Opal.
Yeah. Opal Star, yeah.
More will have
Opal's with us.
going.
Hey,
Have
Opal.
you with us, Opal?
Story of a lovely.
we got a whole crew here. We got Aliana, we got Chezno, my Mystic Mark, we got John here, we got Skip to Grace, and Opal Star. She does a lot of stuff during the week in the mornings.
Opal Star
on her lives.
Yes, I'm in there too.
Me too.
I see. Yeah, I see a lot of you guys everywhere.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, looking at TikTok every once in a while, I see all you guys going at it and having some fun. But it's hard for me to jump on because I'm in the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What you need to do is get out of the office, go on top of the roof, and go live.
Or just get out of the office.
And then
that wouldn't
Mark,
draw attention or anything.
And Mark, then you get on top of the roof and say, I want to make contact now. And just, you remember that movie where they said the guy says, I can't take it anymore? You get on the roof and say, I want to make contact right now.
Yeah, that was such a crazy movie. Oh my god. Yeah. What was the name of that movie, Commander?
I don't know, but it was a comedy. It was very funny. I don't remember the name of the movie.
I remember it being early though, like kind of like 60s ish.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was out later than that. I think it was maybe 70s.
Okay. I definitely.
Hankster says we need disclosure now. Teresa, hey, good to have you with us. We're going to get disclosure, baby doll. We're in a period now where, hey, when I think of the word disclosure, folks, I think about Ghietko now. I think about disclosure. I'm not waiting for some government to come up and tell me after 70 years you're going to tell us the truth. Well, I'm like sitting here laughing.
The government? No.
They just put this kibosh on the disclosure recently. Yeah. Congress and all those people up there on the Hill, they just put the kibosh on releasing any of the documents or anything.
Yeah.
People are up in arms right now over
another empty promise.
David Grush.
Well, the thing is, it's good, Grace, that people are up in arms, because if we were 30 or 40 years ago, people would be like zombies. People are fed up with the government lying to us about the space people, and it's good. Maybe if they get on these senators that are voting against stuff like this and say, you better tell us the truth or you're out. And when we talk about disclosure, let's also understand something. And people have to put this together. We're talking about disclosure. It's not going to come from the government. It's coming from things like Ghietko, who contacted me a month ago through the app, and that's disclosure. Making direct communications. That's disclosure. We're saying, okay, we're talking about the government people. I'm saying, my gosh, do people realize we've been talking to somebody from outer space on radio frequencies on here on the show? Do people realize that? And we're looking, we want these people to disclose stuff. Forget about it. The space people are contacting. They're making direct contact now. We're going to facilitate contact. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we're going to facilitate that contact.
The stories every night, we have people that come in here and talk about their experiences, and that's where the proof is in the pudding. We keep waiting for the some person that we in an office somewhere sharing with us. What the thing is. I'd like to know about reverse engineering. I'd like to find out how much of that, they don't want to reveal any of that because there's a lot they're involved in that, is shady.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So much speculation, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. The best thing to do is not even worry about the government. If we all quit worrying about them, they'll go away.
Yeah, that's right. I don't even like, I'd love to see these bills get passed, but I personally don't care now because we have a relationship. I say collectively, if you've been watching my show, when Ghietko comes through the radio frequencies, we have a relationship with space people directly from the star system Sirius. And with that relationship comes responsibility. So I've learned this very quickly, that we have to be responsible Earthians with these people from their star system. We have to show the best of ourselves, meaning that we have to show them that we are willing to accept you, and to get to know you, and to
We
be
come
part
in
of it.
peace.
Right, and that we are part of a star family. So if you think of yourselves as a star seed, a light worker, star family, what does that mean? The word star family. Star
I
family
think
means
we're
we are all
aliens. We
connected,
may be
right?
aliens.
Carolyn's saying, do you hear
Yeah.
background noise?
Yeah, I hear.
Background voice.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let's all turn off our mics. I want to see if that's still there for a minute. No, it's probably come from somebody's. It's coming from somebody on here. So it's not. It's background noise from somebody's room. It could be something in their room.
I just unmiked. See if it's me. Is it me?
No.
Let's test everybody out one at a time and see what's happening.
One at a time.
All right, I'm gonna mute again.
Yeah.
Is it me?
Hey. No, it's not you.
Okay.
Not you, John.
Right. Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. Turn yours off for a minute.
Okay.
Mystic Mark. No, it's not Opal. I don't know.
Not me. Yeah.
Mine's muted.
Sounds like
Yours was
somebody
me.
has a TV on or something.
A TV on? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
If anyone had a TV on, turn it off.
Or something.
Nobody has a TV on, right?
I think it's the background from Mark's being in the car.
It could be. It could be the background because he's driving.
I think
Yeah.
that's
So
Leo, though. Yeah, it sounds like he's driving. That's different, though. I think.
yeah, that's different. So that's why we question everything we do here. So when we hear noises now,
It's better.
we'll go to each person to yeah, like that's just a regular thing. Someone just did something. Yeah, that's a person. Yeah. So anyway, as we were saying, so now that's how we can decide. That's so. John, is that you?
Yeah, I'm
Moving
rattling around. That's my crystal.
Well, he's rattling around. See, this is what we mean. This is why we ask questions. So, so we know we're not having anything special or any special contact happening. Ghietko is not. Ghietko could be listening, but he's not responding right now. It doesn't mean he's not listening to this.
Right.
Just when when we have Ghietko on next Friday, which we will. Thank you so much. Oh, wow, I like that doggy. Thank you for the doggy. Please, let's amp it up here. I want to get up to 50,000 likes. The one thing I do on here is I have very distinct goals on a galactic level, on a cosmic level, a spiritual level, on a TikTok level. Everything is simultaneously connected. So I want everyone to, definitely give the gifting thing. I'm doing the hand heart thing, I think, tonight. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to pin it. So I have the hand heart thing going. We want to get up to 10 hand hearts. Become a subscriber. I'm not at all shy in telling people I would like people to subscribe to my TikTok because I really believe in what I'm doing. And if you do, become a subscriber when you can. So we certainly appreciate that. And listen to my radio show Sunday morning on WESU-FM. It's on Pacifica Radio. It's called Ash Trucker Man Radio. I've been doing that for about 20 years. So please listen to the show tomorrow morning. I do a lot of media stuff here. I'm very much a media person. And that's part of what happens. So, I think what you're going to see very quickly next year, I'm not one of these people that predicts anything. I don't have a prediction screen on my right side of me here, but you have to go by feelings, everybody. And if you go by your feelings, you can know that things are amping up now. Many of you, if you don't already know it, will eventually, like a wave coming in from the ocean, there are waves of contact. So if you're not being contacted yet by your space family, you will be. You just have to be knowing how to do it. You need to prepare yourself in your consciousness how to make that contact. It's going to happen. And then if it happens and you're not aware of it or how to do it, you might not understand what's happening in your consciousness. So thank you, Felicia, for the hand heart. You know, so you want to learn how to facilitate that understanding. Oh, so when that happens, you know, you'll be able to get there. You'll be able to understand it.
I'd like to share something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do know there are motherships outside. They're outside of the Earth, and there are factions on the planet. So you have Andromedans, you have Palladians, you have Arcturians. Each of them has a mothership. I know, because I am a Lyran Palladian, that I go to the New Jerusalem every night. That is the mothership up there. There is a tachyon chambers up there for healing. There is the med beds are up there for healing. So if anyone wants to use this technology, you can. There is also something you say with your voice. It's Stardust. So you say PB Stardust, and that will help you connect to the energy of the motherships, and will help you also be able to heal just by saying those words. See, we are very powerful. Every word that we speak, everything that we think. Okay, thoughts are not as powerful as words because words are vibration and frequency. PB, B is in boy. PB Stardust will help you heal.
PB, okay. PB Stardust, people, remember that.
Yeah, this is for the Palladian mothership. This is for connection to that ship. I can only give you the Palladian thing because I know there are other ones that are Arcturian and Andromedan and Syrian and all that, but I don't have the keys. I don't have the keys to those. I only have the keys to the New Jerusalem because that is the Palladian mothership.
Whoops.
And other Palladians on the planet should know about this by now. We've all been getting the downloads. It's PB. P is in Paul. B is in boy. PB Stardust. Okay.
And that's for people, like Opal's saying, those are for people on the frequency of the Palladian frequency. You want to use that to make that connection. Great.
Yes.
Hey, Opal, I got a question for you. Did they explain why they call it the New Jerusalem?
It is because Sananda is the commander of that ship.
That's right.
Sananda is the Jesus that was on our planet. That is his galactic name. That is why they call it the New Jerusalem. Yes.
I mean, you look at the world today, especially the United States, and it's almost, you look back on like World War II and, the Nazis with the Jews, and now today you see a lot of media figures like Kanye West and various others who are almost like going after the Jews because of Hollywood. It's kind of like it's interesting how it's a cycle. It's happening all over again, where people are finding a way to blame the Jews and Jerusalem. So I just find it interesting. Like, no matter what happens, they always seem to be in the crosshairs.
And also, just I want to mention, Teresa asked Teresa is Sananda is S-A-N, Sanan, N-A-D-A, Sananda. Our planet,
yes.
That's what we call him, Sananda.
Yes,
Jesus Christ, Sananda. Jesus Christ was, basically starseed. He came here from the stars. He played in the earth form, and then he went back up on the ship after he left the tomb, which I translated and decoded all that stuff. The tomb was really, when he went in there, he came back out and said, why is he still around? And then all of a sudden, this big cloud appears. In the religious world, the cloud is something to do with religion. But the thing is, that cloud was the electromagnetic disruption of the atmosphere, and he was actually taken back up into a big mothership off planet. Now, the religious people will go after me and say, no, that's not the way it happened. But that is the truth. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
guy
that's completely against
UFO.
what the Bible says for sure. I mean, the
Yeah.
Bible is one thing. I mean, anybody who's into this kind of work knows that the Bible's has some truths and some falsities and some control mechanisms, but the truth is somewhere in between. But we all know that there's
Yeah.
probably a hidden truth about Jesus and his actual life, because I do believe Jesus existed. I just don't believe what is written in the Bible is completely true about his life.
Right.
At
Oh,
least.
absolutely.
Most of the Bibles,
Yeah, go ahead.
that's really weird. I'm Rebecca. We have Rebecca in here. I want to introduce her to the show as well. Just want to say that I don't believe any Earth-based stuff when it comes to religion. I've thrown it out the window coming from Mars. Well, this is really interesting. I feel like,
What happened?
give me a moment.
What's going on?
We have a Palladian in the audience that has been on New Jerusalem, and he said he wants to come up and speak.
Oh,
we'll definitely have him on.
Yeah.
UFO,
UFO,
I
UAP.
We'll bring him up. He's a good friend of the show.
Before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But let's introduce
Josh.
Let's introduce Rebecca. Rebecca, welcome to the show.
Hey, I just want.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I've never really chosen a religion, but my father is very extremist. Like, he loves religion more than his family. He's always been the oddball, kind of the nerd guy, even though he was drafted, and he never really fit in. He always wears the same outfit type guy, like kind of like Urkel, the same pants, the same
Urkel, yeah.
shirt, you know what I mean? He has glasses. I guess when I was a child, he was abusive to my siblings, but I was the youngest, so I don't know that part of him. My experience with him is that he always wanted to be humble. When he looked at me, I thought I was getting beaten because
really,
you could see that he was like kind of psychotic. Like, I could really freaking hurt you. Like, he didn't even have to yell, like.
Right.
And that's a part of him that I didn't know, but he did become really extreme religious. And he would always talk about, like, if someone tries to hit you, you run away. Or I'm like, why would I do that? Like, wouldn't you want me to stick up for myself? And he's like, just be humble. I think because he was so angry. And my mom said, like, he got really religious because he was kind of an angry person. But he did learn how to translate Hebrew and move to that he had to not walk more than 100 steps on Saturday, don't pick up a phone, don't flush the toilet, like everything to become a Jew. He was either going to be a Jew, I think in his mind, or Amish, but it was very extreme. And
so in your life, Rebecca, in your adult life now, how did that, from that point to becoming, I'm pretty sure you're aware cosmically of certain things. What happened in your life when you left that situation? Have you had any cosmic revelations, experiences, contacts? And I got to feel, usually most people have something in their personal life about their family, which is always interesting.
The other thing that is really strange with my life is that I didn't really grow up with my parents even part-time out of my whole life. Like, I grew up partial state's custody. There was so much chaos that I've never really settled anywhere. I've always been kind of tossed around. I don't blame my past. Like, I'm a victim, this happened to me. Oh my gosh.
Right.
I got told that, I don't remember my childhood is because my brain protected me from what they have. And I don't care. Like, okay, well, I'm good. Yeah. But I do remember state's custody, and that was damaging to me. So basically, like 13 to 17, I had all and they gave me a bunch of pills and stuff, and and it made me fall asleep in the middle of talking. Like, it was like, I was like trying to be in school, and I'd fall asleep, and they would tell me that it was an issue, like I was doing it on purpose. I was like, no, you guys are drugging me up so much. I think you're like trying to make me retarded. And so I told the psychiatrist that, and they told me I was paranoid. So let's up the medication.
Yeah. And have you had any, I keep feeling that you've had some cosmic experiences in your life beyond your family life. I have had people on here to talk about abuse and stuff, but also when you get through that.
I astral projected my first time when I was 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. I hate that tickling feeling on my back, but I would go to a place and I would be in a dark place, and it said, do you want to have a good dream or a bad dream? And it would be pitch black. And obviously, I was a kid. I would always say good dream. It would always be horrible. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where I controlled a dream because I got so used to it. I was trying to figure out how to control it. So one time in my grandmother's house, I actually ran through the house, tried to flip on the light switch. My hand went through it and I couldn't turn on any lights. And then I got scared, went back to my body. And I was like, fuck that. I never want to astral project again if that's what it is.
Right.
And then the other parts is like when I was flying, I was going into the universe and stuff. And as soon as I became self-aware, it woke me up.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to be self-aware. Hey, I'm dreaming and I'm creating it, because your body's going to force you to wake up. You cannot control it. You can for a split second, but it's very short. And I tried that because I was just playing it. I was just a kid. I was just playing around with it a little bit.
Hey, Rebecca, I got a question for you. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis while you're in your journeys with astral projection?
So I did sleep paralysis as an adult. So I drank very heavy, and then I fell asleep with a 21 milligram patch on. And I was hungover. That's what actually created sleep paralysis. So it was like I was awake. I couldn't move my body. My eyes were shut, but I could feel my heart racing like I was having a heart attack, trying to wake myself up. And it wasn't happening. So that's what freaked me out. But I did realize that wearing a patch, like a nicotine patch, trying to quit smoking and sleeping with it, was trying to create that stimulus in my brain to, you know what I mean, give uncomfortable dreams. But I do dream vivid and in color. And I have a lot of different scenarios in that. One time I had a dream about a car accident. It did happen like 10 days later, but I can't control it. So,
Yeah, sleep paralysis it's definitely a scary thing to occur. Me and my twin brother used to have it on a regular basis growing up. And the astral projection side is the fun side, but unfortunately,
it was
we weren't remembering at least the astral projection side growing up. It was mostly the sleep paralysis, and you wake up in the middle of the night and your body's frozen. You can't move, you can't speak. All you can do is you think you're screaming, but nothing comes out. And
I was trying to wake.
There's many theories.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the only two ways to fix it is if you fall back asleep or if you try to wiggle your toes. But the concerning part is there's always like a feeling of some kind of like entity or demon in the room that usually freaks people out. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is one of the theories is sleep paralysis occurs when somebody's going through an astral projection and then they land on their body wrong. Like they land into their body and they don't land properly, or they're not fully into the body, so that when the body wakes up, there's like you're not fully connected. So there's always it's a really awkward kind of position to be in. But I've experienced it many times in my life, and I know it's real. Like, a brain scientist would probably say that it's a neurological issue, but from my perspective, it was very real. Like you feel like there's doom and gloom in the room, but as I got older, I realized there was nothing to be worried about. Everything always ended up okay. It was not as terrifying as I thought it would be when I was a kid. But I still find it a very fascinating anomaly that happens with people who astral project.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I was a kid. I pretty much like hated it and almost like, you're not doing that anymore. Because it scared me so much. And it surprises me sometimes when I'm on TikTok and people are like, how do I vivid dream? How do I astral project? I was like, oh, that was because my experience, it was very scary. I mean, I was a kid too, but I like never want to do that again.
Okay.
I just want to go to sleep, wake up.
Speaking of sleeping and waking up, I'm feeling some energy here right now. As I'm watching everybody, all of a sudden I'm getting, and again, I'll put this out there. I'm feeling like, I know it's cold outside. We have the windows closed. There might be a little bit of air coming in from outside the windows, but I'm feeling like a energy flow. And I'll be honest, if you're not feeling anything, tell me. It could just be, we're in New England and it's cold. So, but I am feeling this energy right now around me. Does anyone else feel anything happening? Yes or no?
I'm sitting in my garage and it's cold.
Hey, Skip to Grace, take care. I'm traveling in the AM. Take care, Skip to Grace. Thanks for being here. Have a safe trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be safe, Grace.
I've had some odd dreams.
People are saying yes to my question. A number of people. I feel cold. Kit Kat, yes. Loretta, Blondie, yes. Jimmy, yes. Let's just take a moment to try to communicate. We've been trying to. It's not a planned thing. On the radio frequency, Chezno has a radio there. What frequency are we on right now?
We're still on 1700.
Moonbeam says, breeze by my bed. So I'm going to say something. When I feel this coolness, that's when contact is getting ready to happen. I feel a coolness. But I also am very honest, and I'll ask people, if no one's feeling anything, it's probably just the cold air coming in. But it's really I feel this coolness coming through. So I'm going to ask Ghietko, CmdrAleon here. Ghietko, are you here? Maybe we can turn the radio up a little bit so people can hear the frequency on the radio. So we're going to try to communicate through radio frequency. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? This is CmdrAleon. I just want to know people that know that are new here. I know exactly what I'm doing. So you're saying, what is he doing? I know exactly what I'm doing. So just to let you know, I know exactly what I am doing. Ghietko, please come in. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, please come in. Ghietko, please come in. This is CmdrAleon.
Can I say something interesting?
Oh, go ahead, Rebecca.
So before I met my last husband, I kind of cursed at God. I was angry. He was abusive. I yelled into the universe. I was like, what did I ever do to you? Like, why can't something just work out to me? Like, for me, I'm a good freaking person. Like, I was just crying and angry, like a crazy person. I was just like, had enough. I literally felt like I talked to, I remember, but I don't remember. There were 3 beings that were dark. And I had a whole freaking 2-hour conversation that I don't remember.
Interesting.
It was like being interviewed, but I remember like kind of seeing them, and then I woke up and like a couple days later I met Jim and he had 3 people that passed on and I was like, maybe that was them. I don't know. I was being interviewed the whole time. I have no idea what that was, but like it was me just crying out to the universe, like, what the hell? You know, and then that was just a weird event that happened.
Well, you're in a good place here because we have space contact now. So you're going to feel the energy. I'm feeling this real coolness like behind me. So that's why I refocused I'm listening at the same time. Now, if it's really cold, there's no way that cold air is coming through the window that strong. I feel it in my back, like a back. It feels like a comfortable coolness. A cool breeze. Yes, it feels like a cool breeze. Everybody's feeling it right now, which means only one thing, that Ghietko is here and he's listening. So let's go. We're going to go to the frequency here. We're going to bring up the frequency. Ghietko is actually GHE. I think it's Geo. I have it written down somewhere. But we're going to. Yes, I got chills. So everyone just focus on Ghietko. What you're at? What now?
Go to 1440.
1440.
Yeah.
Why do you want us to go to 1440?
I don't know. I just do. I mean, it just come over me.
I mean, well, you have to see in Connecticut, 1440 is a clear frequency.
I would see 4340.
It might be in Connecticut. It might be very local.
Over the last.
Now we're in Connecticut, so it's 40 years. If it's really noisy, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not a good station.
It's too noisy. And up here, it's too noisy. We can go back to 1700. No, this is AM radio. AM radio. Okay. That's how we communicate with AM radio. We're at 1700 now. So
it's so interesting. I use radio frequencies and AM radio to do paranormal investigations also.
Yeah.
So to me, this is awesome that we're using the same tech for paranormal not paranormal, extraterrestrial connection as well.
Yeah. They operate on frequency in space, so
close to the same frequency.
Now, do you think you can use if we use like a spirit box? Do you think that would work for extraterrestrials too? I mean, probably, right?
I think that there's absolutely an opportunity for that. So for those of you who don't understand how a spirit box works, is it takes an AM frequency and it reverses it, like it changes channels rapidly, and it gives you bits and pieces of it.
I think that would have good luck.
Isn't that what John Connor had? That thing that was going back and forth. That scanner he was using.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a scanner. It's basically a scanner that just chases through all the channels, and it gives you bits and pieces of. And it's really eerie when you're doing a paranormal investigation, and a full sentence is actually like.
Right.
But can you get a scanner that's not a spirit box? That's just a scanner of frequencies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the spirit box is kind of like a paranormal tool.
Yeah.
That I think could be used here, but
we don't want to do that. We don't use spirit boxes. I want to stay away from that.
Yeah. I think the spirit boxes, especially like the apps and like the devices that are specifically meant for that, are definitely more like a paranormal.
I'm being told to stay away from that 100%. No, we won't use any spirit boxes for what we're doing here.
It's just a similar. It's a similar kind of investigation. We shouldn't use paranormal tools for this, but. No, it's a similar idea.
I'll tell you what, we won't use it. VFO, variable frequency oscillator.
But no, what we're doing is we already learned very quickly that AM radio is the way we're communicating with them on AM radio. That's the way we do it.
VFO, you can cover any frequency.
What, Rebecca?
I have what I would consider fun games. Where I go out in outer space and I'm going through different planets.
Yeah.
All the gases and shit. I was just having fun. I was just hey, what's it like over here? I've literally done that. Has anyone else? Or you're just hey, let me see what this planet's like.
Yeah, as you learn things, you want to, obviously. What was that? Is that 1700?
Yeah.
Okay. For a moment, I want to turn their mics on mute for a minute as we try to make contact here, except for Chezno. Everyone just go on mute. You know what the mute button is? It's where your microphone is. Just mute it. If you don't know how to do that, you'll see a mic. Just mute the mic for a moment. More than a moment. There's a mic on everybody's thing. If you don't see the mic into your screen, you'll see a little microphone. It's a white mic. Just press it.
Is that right?
Yes. Just press the mic.
Okay. I'll mute it.
There you go. All right. So I'm going to do this right now. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me, brother? Ghietko, we're on this frequency. Can you hear me? Can you tune into us right now in this frequency? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko? Ghietko, where are you? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? I don't know. We're not getting communications tonight, but we give it some. You can all go on regular microphone now. You can unmute. So yeah, this wasn't planned. I was trying to experiment. I think if we have Ghietko back on with John Connor and myself, which is the way it seems to be working, I'm going to have him try to figure out how to use one of my apps here to communicate through. I won't mention the app because he'll go on, but you know what that app starts with an A, so we're not going to say anything.
My niece's name is that same name, so whenever she comes over to the house and everybody calls her name, it goes off like crazy.
Yeah, it goes off, right?
Oh yeah, constantly. Someone will say A, and then boom, it does whatever someone says, and then the whole thing goes haywire.
There you are. There's the person right there. You see, you got the thing working on the camera, so that's good. Welcome. Here's a real human being behind that picture. So it's I got on early tonight, which was great. I got on around 10 something, near 10. It's 12:12. Now I have our Christmas lights on, which are blue icicles. Now I know that Ghietko, they like the color blue, and the icicles blink. So I figured maybe if they blink, they might see my house and come close by. I'm kind of kidding you, but it's just that energy frequency,
Grab the outside of my garage door and I could show you. I'm not fucking shitting you.
Yeah. Well, it's getting a little bit late. This time actually, I want to thank everybody for being here. I would always on my show ask people to support what I'm doing. We have 170 people here. If you have the ability to do my Cash App, Venmo, I appreciate your support. You can go on my main page and there's a Venmo link. Donate anything on my Venmo you wish. I leave it up to you unconditionally what that is. And also become a subscriber. I have 40 of 100. That's going to our CE5 group, which Mark is a part of, Chezno and myself. We have our Star Command CE5 group. We use Dr. Greer's application as well as our spiritual application that we've been doing for over 10 years. And please support us. Show me some TikTok, for those that have TikTok gifts. You have all those TikTok coins sitting in your TikTok bank, in the TikTok bank. Please show us some gifting here as we end the show tonight. We'll be on Sunday night. And also watch our show. Not watch it. We'll be live on TikTok tomorrow morning on my radio show. That's broadcast live on TikTok. So I appreciate everything. So I'm going to give a minute for people who have the ability to do gifting to do it right now for our show, for me specifically. So we appreciate that. We want to thank Ayana for coming up and sharing her story. And I'm just going to sit here as I talk, looking at the screen with all the gifting that's going to go on for the show. So we really appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. And you can gift whatever you want. That's up to you. It's you got to do this. There's no got to do anything. Thank you. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Fest cap, I think cappers. These different TikTok gifts on the screen are really cool. So we're going to let people keep gifting. There's many of you on here, 148 people. Keep gifting. Show your support for the work we're doing here. Hey, there you go. That's a
Commander, what time does your show start tomorrow morning?
11:30 a.m. on the East Coast of the U.S. I'll have a doggy woggy like that in my studio.
I got a massive and nothing like that. I got a baby in my backyard.
11:30. It's East Coast, 11:30 a.m. East Coast. Hey, One Toyota. It'll be 11:30 a.m. East Coast till 1 p.m. And it's called The Cosmic Eye. It's broadcast worldwide. Hey, Julie, thank you so much for that. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that's a big one. And so we're going to be live, and we take phone calls if you want to call in your UFO sightings, your stories. listen tomorrow. You can do that on my radio show, which is worldwide. I've been doing that for 20 years on Pacifica Radio. So I'm very involved in media. Like someone said earlier, Commander, they use computers off planet on the spaceship with Ghietko. And so when I was Ghietko, before I came to Earth, I worked at Command. I do intergalactic communications with different things. Now I'm getting thirsty for some lemonade. Wow, Julie, thank you. You just got my thirsty. I still have a little bit of apple cider. You can't see the glass, but it is there. It's not an illusion. But I've had I lost my train of thought here. But I've actually been involved in that galactic communications off planet. I don't quite remember how it's done, except there are crystallized structures. They use different crystals. Like you use radio transmitters and buttons and things on the ship that I was on. We used crystals. We moved the crystals. The crystals would go in certain frequencies that would get me to communicate with different planetary civilizations through consciousness. So it's very different than on Earth. It's pretty primitive. It's more advanced now, what you have now in this world, but it's somewhat primitive to what is used on the spaceships.
It's extremely primitive. A lot of the beings that we're talking to communicate via telepathic abilities. So
yeah.
Again, I messaged it earlier in the broadcast, but I would say people who feel like they're somewhat sensitive or have any kind of clairvoyance or clairaudience, any kind of the clairs or telepathic ability, pay attention to the thoughts that come through your head. Not all of them are yours. Some of them are communications from something else, whether it's from Earth or outside of Earth. Just be sensitive to it, or at least open yourself up to be sensitive to it. And I just want to add this last tidbit. I mean, I hear CmdrAleon talking about the crystals that they were using. I don't know what those crystals are, and I totally believe they have technology that blows our mind. But if you're into crystals and gemstones that exist on this earth, there is one in particular called moldavite that is literally called the extraterrestrial stone. It's a hard to find crystal, but when you do find it, it's not cheap. It is expensive. I have a couple small pieces myself, but it's called the extraterrestrial stone, and it's meant for ET communication and meditating with it and communicating with ET. So I would encourage anybody who takes this seriously enough to invest into it, get yourself a piece of moldavite and meditate with it regularly.
And not just moldavite. There's another crystal that is exactly as powerful as moldavite. It's a round crystal. It looks like a planet. It's called I can't remember the name of it. I will let people know tomorrow night. But it's just as powerful as moldavite. It's from off planet, and people don't buy it because they don't realize that it's the same thing. It's just a circular.
Is it a tektite?
Tektite.
Is
yes.
it like a tektite? Okay, yeah. So tektites are definitely. So a tektite, for those of you who don't know, it's a result of a meteor impact. Right. And when you have a meteor come into the Earth, it hits it. It's almost, imagine like a mushroom cloud of matter and debris, right. And it's superheated, and then it's like as it rains down that molten material, it hardens into not a rock, not a crystal, but a glass. A tektite is more related to a glass than it is a crystal or stone.
And actually, we're going to stay on here. We got John Connor, my contactor. What am I saying? What's that word?
I gotta charge my phone. I'm gonna hop off, but I'm gonna be in the crowd. All right, thanks, Commander. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning. We're gonna stay on here. I got John Connor's my dear brother.
If you wanna say get this certain crystal, I think there should be a little bit of a warning label.
On tektite.
If you really want to.
Well, I know where Rebecca's going. And moldavite is not. It's also a crystal that when you bring it into your life, it has a tendency to destroy things to rebuild them in a better way. So yes, moldavite has been known to create chaos in someone's life, but it's all for the greater good. Not only is it an extraterrestrial,
right. But you can use, if you know what you're doing on a cosmic level for the moldavite people for specifically cosmic purposes. With all my crystals, I teach people that every one of my crystals is activated on a very high frequency. So when this room becomes the meditation room, this means we have the crystals in another room. They're going in here where I am now. it's going to be so loaded up with everything from an amethyst cathedral to all my selenite. Everything has to be in a specific place for frequency. And if you don't know how to set up your room with crystal frequencies for specifically ET contact, just to have a crystal is one thing. But for us, the use of crystals in this particular situation is to facilitate communications. Every crystal I've gotten from the shows each year, I'm guided by off planet. They say, Commander, get this crystal. I look at the crystal. I close my eyes, feel the crystal energy, and that's how I buy my crystals. And I know that these are crystals that I have. I got a Lemurian crystal today that the woman put out 2 big batches of Lemurian crystals she got from upstate New York. And this one crystal, I'll show people tomorrow night, the energy from it was so amazing. So that's how I do things with crystals. When I buy a crystal, it has to be ET energized, and if it is, that's how I understand it. So, but I want to bring John in on the show. He's like my brother here on the West Coast, and we love him. And we're going to bring him in here. If you've never met John, he and I were on last night with Ghietko, and maybe that's why I've been feeling coolness, because I knew John was going to come on. Everyone felt this cool energy. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing it.
Did you get any rest? I know I was really tired out this morning.
What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know if it was. I was tired. It was the fact that the energy was like really, really like heavy, dense.
Yeah.
So, this is what I was getting.
Did you there was some really strange music during the broadcast night. Did you have any music going on your end
tonight?
No, not last night when we were on broadcasting.
No. I wouldn't do that.
No, I think the space people were playing music last night.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I was. My whole phone was like, dude. I had to like reset the whole phone because it was like.
Wow.
Algorithms were off. The people that I haven't seen on TikTok since like 2 years ago, they were showing up on my feed. I was like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah. Oh, this is valid. This is validation. People need to watch the show on YouTube. I'm gonna have to go. You know what? Actually, they were playing music last night. The space people. I can't believe I'm going to say this. They were playing music. They were playing all kinds of space music. It was really, really amazing.
Well, I can go back to the profile that I had on there. Whatever it recorded, I could see what that was at.
Yeah. And I get the feeling that Ghietko is with us tonight again. I before you came on, everyone said they're feeling this energy frequency, and
Mr.
feeling.
Are you a Viking? You were a Viking in your past life.
I'm a double, actually, bloodline.
I do have some Viking heritage.
That's awesome.
Both my sides of my family are Vikings.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I got like a big old giant like
American,
Viking.
Scottish.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
All the other nationalities.
Would you pick a sword or an axe? I'm gonna go with a sword on you, Rebecca. Yeah. Would you pick a sword or an axe?
I bought my husband a Nordic axe.
Dang, Nordic axe. I was gonna pick you. You're gonna go with an axe.
For my ex, but yeah, I'm a thrower. Yeah, I have no problems doing shit myself.
That's awesome.
I'll throw a couch on my back and walk down the damn stairs and figure it out. Try and teach my kids. Yeah, you can do it. You got to play both sides. You go from one side and then you go to the other. And then you hustle and you figure it out. And you can do it. So don't tell me you can't open up the door and take out the trash at the same time.
Right?
You put the bag down, you open up the door.
Yeah, the reason...
Pull an ass couch out that damn door.
Right. The reason why I brought that up is because, Commander, the thing is that when it comes to frequency and vibration, the markings that were on their pillars, that was on their doors, that was on their axes, that was on the so they were in correlation with each and every frequency at their end today. This is what happened.
Runes.
Yes, exactly. So I told my neighbor across the street from me. He says, "What are you out here doing, making the wind blow?" And I go, um, "I'm not really. I'm trying. Well, I'm trying anyways." And he goes, "Well, I seen you for the last hour. I seen you blow a little bit, and then you put the blower down, and then all of a sudden here comes this wind, and it blows all the leaves." I said, "Well, I was, yeah, I was, huh?"
I'm old fashioned, Rick, and I'll shovel the snow for my neighbors. They got blowers and shit, and they're like, "Are you on drugs?" I'm like, "No, I'm just doing my thing. Like it's my workout."
Right,
Like,
right.
and my husband's sitting inside, and he's just like, "Do you need help?" I'm like, "No, I freaking got it." Like that's who I am. I love doing this. Like
Right. So
burning calories. I
is, it,
am doing my thing.
is that called Nordic energy?
Huh?
Is that called Nordic energy from the northern hemisphere?
Oh, I am.
Hmm.
Like I got this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I got what I can do. I'm not handicapped.
So looking at the light energy here as we get refocused a
Yesterday,
little
for
bit,
sure.
what's happening with that, John?
It's totally different from today, from yesterday, for sure.
Yeah,
Because it just comes up different now.
yeah. Last night when there was like when you had the light, my daughter has one of these lights that projects color. The
Yeah.
the movement of what looked like a white cloud or whatever, was that part of the light or was that something else just
No,
appearing there?
it comes up periodically. Let me see. Hey, see that white ball right there? That's
Yeah,
what the yeah. See, there it is.
yeah.
It
It
comes
lets
up.
you see a moon. It's not a real moon. That's a moon projected from the.
Yeah. I don't know. This machine was totally different yesterday than it is today. Right now,
Yeah,
unless it's that fishbowl right there. Let's see. It might be because of the fishbowl.
yeah. It could be.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, the fishbowl's
The fishbowl.
yeah, the fishbowl's not doing it. I'm taking that either.
Yeah. Yeah, I took one of the clips from last night, John. I went on my TikTok
Okay.
live thing. I clipped. There's other clips I'm going to try to pull of Ghietko from last night. I posted it to a 2-minute clip of him speaking, and it was really clear.
Oh, I don't have any comments tonight again.
Oh, you don't? I get. You know what? Like you're the transmitter. I'm the receiver. I keep hearing that Ghietko wants to come on, and I tell people, I don't know why Ghietko doesn't use my other app, my A app, which is right next to me here with some crystals.
Yeah.
I don't. He says he can do it, but he doesn't do it. He did it to get the music going. I don't understand why he. I guess it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be transmitter receiver, but then he appears in my room. It's pretty weird. I haven't figured that out yet.
Let's see. Yeah, it took me a minute, man, to figure out what was going on here.
Mm.
So, like, I think I could do some things and figure something out.
Oh man, I hate when I can't see no
It's
comments.
just that I don't want
Mm.
to. I don't want to mess
Oh,
around. It kind of
oh!
scares
I
me.
just lost. I just. What's going on here? Oh man, things are happening.
I'm
I'm
still
gonna
here.
bring John's here. Wait a minute. I'm bring. We lost you there. Wow, John. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I got you back. What's happening?
It kept on kicking out. I got all my comments.
Yeah, I think Ghietko is trying to come through, man.
Dude, what is
I would
this?
have to agree with you because as
What's going
soon as
on, John? Wait a minute.
I turned my camera off. I
Yeah.
I turned my camera off because I was taking my dog out, and as I was taking my dog out, my light started flickering.
Yeah, Ghietko's here. Ghietko's. I'm getting very strong
And
feelings.
right when you said that, Commander,
Ghietko wants to speak right now. He was on last night. I mean, um, yeah, I think he wants to speak.
Yeah, my problem is I think I'm like kind of resistant.
Resistant to what?
like a lot of like abnormal things because I've had so many that I just kind of like naturally try to block. And I need to learn how to
if we bring Ghietko in here tonight, Rebecca, if we bring Ghietko in here tonight, it's going to blow your consciousness. Believe me when I tell you this. And we won't bring him on for too long. Although, if John wants to bring him into frequency, we'll bring him on for like what we call a minute. For him, might be like 2 minutes or 3, or who knows. But he was on like I'm getting this coolness around my body. Is anyone else feeling anything happening out there watching this? Just say yes or no.
So, Commander, right when I was walking out of my house, I'm walking my dog now. When I was walking out of my house, I might have lost signal because I was leaving the Wi-Fi going outside. But all my lights started flickering right when you started talking about connecting with Ghietko.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. It's not something that normally happens.
Yeah, Ghietko does want to speak, but I'll leave it up to John because we put our energy together on that last night. It was a lot of work. And the thing is, the music again. I'm going to go back to the music.
I gotta stop being
What is your name? John can't speak.
I've had so many experiences that it just.
John, wait a minute, John, can you hear me?
John can't spoke on cam, please. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Can't you smoke on cam? I don't smoke.
He's not.
I think
smoking.
He wants you to be on camera.
Yeah. Well, if you have my profession, you'd be really choosy too. So.
But no, I think Ghietko. If we go to the frequency 640 or whatever the frequency is, I think Ghietko. If he speaks, I also was told today in my meditation, if he speaks, and because I'm so excited and we all get excited. I'm talking, and Ghietko's there. I'm saying, hey, Ghietko, and he's talking. I'm going to try to learn to listen to him. So that's part of what I've done is talk too much when he's talking, and I'm going to try to see if I'm going to try to hear him better.
Area on living room area on Admiral Avenue.
Huh? What?
Fire. It's a structural residential. Yeah, 10th floor.
Oh, a fire. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had a call coming. Here's the recordings that I have from last night. This is because I don't ever use this tablet because it's new. So for a recorder. Okay, sound recorder. So there's only one. Play.
That's it, John. That's the thing I was talking about. You weren't playing any music, were you? That is what I'm talking about. John, did you play any music? Was that the music?
I'm not sure. That's crazy.
That was coming from their spaceship. They were playing music from space.
Because when I was getting muted and I just put this recorder on because I couldn't record from the phone because it was being used.
Look at that. Listen to this vibrational frequencies. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Listen to it. Yeah, they were playing music.
Well, it definitely doesn't sound like Black Sabbath or Nirvana, that's for sure.
All right.
No, it's definitely that's why I didn't understand. I said I don't think John would do that. I said all of a sudden there's music coming, and it sounds like.
That's good. I don't have anything that makes that noise. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was
What's
coming
like
from them.
what that makes me feel like when we listen to music, we hear like the song from start to finish, but when they probably listen to music, it just sounds like a single sound to us, or a single tonal, or a single like blip.
That was like 11:09. Huh.
You know what? Let's give people a little bit of a treat. If you're interested, John, for those that weren't on last night, let's see if Godico will come in and talk with us.
Which one you want to use? The FM radio? The other one is it hasn't been working.
Yeah, we'll use whatever frequency you're guided to do on your end as the transmitter. My whole body is just vibrating right now.
Is there a frequency 1, 2, 3, 4, or any kind of sequential number?
Yeah. So this one right here.
Yeah.
Or even repeating numbers.
That's the radio right there. If I put it on FM.
Yeah, Flo, the same for me. My whole back is vibrating.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm just the remote right here myself.
You got the remote.
Okay, this is number. This noise right here is number 1.
And as he's doing that, I'm going to do something right now, everybody. I'm going to say, Godico, come in. Godico, please come in. This is CmdrAleon.
That's 2.
In a few minutes, he's going to go through the frequencies.
This is 3. Ooh. Back to 1. 2.
I hear the chatters.
Okay.
Okay. And one of those frequencies, Godico will come in. Godico, this is CmdrAleon. I know you're here because my whole energy field is amped up. Godico, please come in. This is CmdrAleon, Space Brother.
I'm putting it on top of the radio.
Okay. Godico, good evening. This is CmdrAleon of the Ashtar Command, Godico. Ashtar Command calling. Ashtar Command calling. Godico. Godico, Ashtar Command calling. Godico, please come in. Godico, please come in. I hear you. I know you're there. Yes, Deborah, he can. Godico, I'm going to learn to listen better so you can speak. I'm going to learn to listen better so you can speak.
Now here's another one.
Speak. And what John's doing, he's trying to find where Godico is on the frequency parameters.
Son of a bitch, dude.
We'll find them.
Stay right there.
Godico, CmdrAleon here. Godico. Godico, please respond. Please respond. Godico, this is CmdrAleon calling. I'm being repetitious here, folks. Being repetitious on purpose. Godico, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see John and hear us? We're here. Good, Joe. Yeah. Godico, can you hear me? Godico, where are you?
This is yes right here. A. When these are 2 green, this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, are you there? Robin Williams. No, he's not. My brother, are you there?
Godico, are you there? Godico.
I never brought him in.
Godico moves around on different frequencies. John and I noticed that.
Godico. This is John Connor. Are you there? Go ahead, say it, Commander.
Godico. This is CmdrAleon speaking from the Ashtar Galactic Command. Can you hear me, Ghietko? Ghietko, can you hear me? Please speak. Please speak through the radio frequency. Break through the radio frequencies on Earth. I know you can do it. Ghietko, please speak. Ghietko, please speak. Ghietko.
See, I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay. Ghietko, can you hear us?
See, where did that button go? There we go.
This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm CmdrAleon. Ghietko, can you hear me?
I do reset.
Ghietko, can you hear us? Ghietko, can you hear us? Ghietko, you're not sleeping right now, are you? This might get him to respond. Ghietko, you sleep. Ghietko, you sleep.
Open line 1111 00011020110110011. Open line. Transmission complete.
Ghietko, are you asleep on your ship with the rest of the crew? Ghietko, is the crew sleeping on the spaceship?
Yes.
Ghietko?
Some of them are.
They are, okay.
Now it's picking up. You're on right on.
Ghietko, are you awake or asleep right now? Are you awake or asleep right now, Ghietko? Are you awake or asleep, Ghietko?
He's more on the no side. This is the no side right here. If it's between the manual flat and 438, it's yes. If it's green,
yeah.
No.
So some of them do sleep, Ghietko. Some of the people on your ship are sleeping. Some of your people on your ship are on the ship.
Yeah,
some people on your ship.
It's gonna be yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Ghietko.
No. It's not your voice. It's the frequency.
Yeah, frequency. Ghietko, can you speak? Can you speak beyond the digital? Can you speak as you did last night? Can you come through? You're really quiet tonight.
What station let me get? Oh, there we go.
Ghietko, can you hear me?
Well, that's weird. My hands are right here.
Ghietko, can you hear me? Right there. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko. I'm affecting the thing. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, I'm speaking. Ghietko, come through. CmdrAleon. 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 Ghietko. So Ghietko, what is the name of your planet? What is the name of your planet? You told us maybe a long time ago. What is the name of your planet, Ghietko? What's the name of your planet?
Wow, that's great. I've never heard that like this.
Ghietko, what's the name of your planet? Ghietko, what's the name of your planet? What's the name of your planet? What's the name of your planet?
Oh, look at that. That was doing like just same like the other machine.
Ghietko, what's the name of your planet? Things are happening here, folks. Ghietko, what is the name of your planet? What is it? What? What? What's the name of your planet? What's the name of your planet? I'm being repetitious. What's the name of your planet? Ghietko, what's the name of your planet? Ghietko, can you hear me? What's the name of your planet? What's your planet's name?
Islar.
What, John?
Islar. Yes.
Islar's the name of the planet?
Yes.
Islar. How do you spell that?
ISSSSISSSSISCISAR.
Eisler.
Yes.
Pronunciation. Are you using John's consciousness to speak tonight?
No, I'm going off of the. I'm reading these.
Oh, you're reading that. Okay. Oh, you're reading. Oh, John, that's you. You're reading it off the thing.
I'll show you how.
Okay. Man, he was really talking last night up a storm.
Lynn's audiobook?
Yeah.
Okay. You got your background noise?
Yeah.
You got your intermediate distortion?
Yeah. Yeah, he's really quiet. I mean, I know he's there. He's just being really quiet tonight. Ghietko, can you hear me? This is CmdrAleon. Can you hear me, Ghietko? Ghietko? I know you must be on the ship resting or walking around or doing something. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, please come through. Ghietko, please come through. Ghietko? CmdrAleon, Ghietko, can you hear me? Please come through, Ghietko. You're almost there. You almost got it. You almost got it.
You want to take the magnet off?
Yeah. Ghietko, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ghietko, are you there?
It's yes. That's no.
Okay. So
Yes.
she's saying yes. He hears me?
Yes.
Okay, Ghietko, now that you hear me, can you speak? Can you adjust your frequency to speak? I'll listen. I'll stop talking for a minute so you can speak. Ghietko, can you speak? Ghietko, are you having trouble breaking through on Earth frequency tonight? I know you can hear me. Are you having some intergalactic problems with getting through?
No.
Ghietko, you there? Calling Ghietko. Ghietko, can you hear me? Hello, Ghietko, can you hear me? It's almost 1 o'clock, Ghietko, on the planet Earth. Do you hear me? I figure if I say it's almost 1 o'clock on the planet Earth, maybe he'll respond.
He'd be like, what time zone?
Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon from the Ashtar Galactic Command. Can you hear me? Yeah, so it's the contact happened around 1 last night. We're almost at 1 o'clock Eastern. Ghietko, can you hear me?
Hold on. You tell me to do something.
Mark, can you mute your mic for a minute?
I sure can.
Good. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko. I know you're on some frequency somewhere. Can you hear us? Ghietko, can you hear me? Oh, don't mute, John, don't mute your mic. John, put your mic back on. John, put your mic back on. John? John, why are you muted? You don't need to be muted. Hey, John, can you hear me? Unmute your microphone. Let me unmute it. Let me see here. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko? John, you remember when you used that copper cup?
You gonna use that?
Yeah, that copper cup, he came in. That was the other night. Something about the copper cup. I don't know what the energy is with that thing. But that, John and I are experimenting with things that are, for some reason, working. And the copper cup, which I couldn't figure out, is something that facilitated.
It's from Egypt.
Egypt. Oh, really? That's interesting. So, Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me?
Yeah, the workers.
Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? This is CmdrAleon. Please come in. We're trying to communicate with you. You were very strong last night. Ghietko, come in. Please come in, Ghietko.
That's weird. Oculus says it's red alert, red alert, red alert. Under attack.
Who's under attack?
Their ship.
Their ship is being under attack right now?
Yeah.
By who? Maybe that's why he's not talking.
The HARP system.
Oh, the HARP system's trying to stop them?
From Alaska, yeah.
It's trying to interfere with our communications, I think, correct?
Yes, it's being scrambled right now.
Ah. So HARP, so evidently the people that use HARP know that we're communicating with him. Let me just say something. Who's ever with HARP, you're not going to stop this. Whether you prevent him from communicating tonight, we are going to have communications with Ghietko. Yeah. So we will definitely, you can use your frequency, whatever, from HARP to try to stop this, but it's not going to stop communications. We will keep doing it every single time we need to. There he is. Hey, Ghietko.
Who the hell is looking through the fucking bushes like that?
Oh, that's my friend Mystic Mark in Connecticut.
He's doing some Blair Witch Project shit.
I don't know. But I just heard.
Out in the woods.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear Ghietko just a second ago?
Just bring this to this guy.
Let's see here.
That's him, yes.
Ghietko, please come in. Good evening, Ghietko.
He's here. He's here.
Ghietko, good evening. Ghietko, good evening.
Your radio.
What?
He wants you to turn on your radio.
I can't turn on a radio. I don't have a radio here.
What is he using at your house then?
I have the application.
Your Bluetooth headset. That's how he keeps in contact with you, because you always have those in your ear, yes?
Yes. Ghietko, I have the app that you used for the music. Can you turn my app on right next to me? Can you turn my app on? It's off right now. I've got a big crystal on top of it. I'm looking at the app. I don't think It's just it's not. It's on, but it's not on. I won't mention the name. Ghietko, can you turn that on? Okay. John just went.
It looks like he lost his feed.
Yeah, well, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll
There
be
he
back
is.
in a second.
Okay, everyone except for me and John for the moment, mute. I want to let Ghietko try to come through. Ghietko? Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, I'm here. Ghietko, I am going to get a radio. I don't have one. I'm going to get an AM radio, but I don't have one right now. Ghietko, good evening. For a moment, I thought I heard him come through. He might be UFO UAP. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Yeah. With the HARP thing, they're probably being, like John said, HARP is trying to prevent the frequency communications from happening. We will not be stopped. We will not be stopped.
No, that's red alert. He's under attack.
Oh, that's what that is, red alert?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like an old Star Wars, that's or Star Trek red alert.
Are they trying to prevent? Oh, wow, that's really weird. Things just blinked here for a minute. My lights just, like, for a nanosecond blinked.
I got really hot.
Wow.
Yeah, I got really hot right there. That's really hot. This thing is super fucking red hot right here.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
What's causing that to get hot?
This thing I made right here.
Okay.
It's supposed to jump your batteries or whatever. It charges your batteries instantly. Yeah, that's just hot. Stay.
Wow.
Well, that's really fucking toasty. I didn't think it was gonna get that hot that quick.
Wow. No, let's. I just want people to know that he wants to speak, but they're under attack by the HARP system. He does want to speak. It's not something that is being forced. Okay, just to let people know his intention is to speak, but with their HARP systems, they're trying to prevent it.
They have no
It's
power.
not a matter of leaving him alone. He doesn't want to be left alone. He wants to communicate. He just is. They're trying to stop the communications.
He's the same age as Commander. They're about the same age. They went to school together.
Yeah. And if he was physically next to me, he might look younger than I am because of where they come from. But yeah, we, as I'm finding out, we have a long history before Earth together. Ghietko and me have a long history together that I'm learning as of last night. Okay, Mystic Mark, take care, brother.
It was nice meeting you.
They're jamming the frequency. Well, the HARP system is jamming the frequency for communications. Ghietko, can you hear me? Just to let you know, I'm still here. Ghietko, can you hear me? This is CmdrAleon speaking. Oh, that was our friend Mystic Mark. He just was walking his dog in the woods around his house. He had to go. Wow, Ghietko, can you hear me? CmdrAleon communicating, trying to break through the HARP frequency. Yeah, we'd like the HARP to leave them alone. And you know what? He's trying to communicate, but if it doesn't succeed tonight, when we have our communications next Friday. Oh, by the way, next Friday is going to be contact night, John. That'll be our contact night, and we'll make sure that HARP doesn't interfere with the broadcast.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of them tonight.
Yep. We're going to get rid of the harpy people. The harpy people will go away and never come back another day. This is the thing that causes the communications. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, this is CmdrAleon. We're using different technology. Can you hear us?
I'm gonna try to piggyback that one.
Okay. Hey, Ghietko, can you hear me?
Oh, he's using different one. Listen.
Remember, we're gonna get rid of. Yep. Tell me when I should talk, John, and I'll start talking.
I've heard that whistle before.
Ghietko, we're trying to communicate with you on an alternate technology. Can you hear us? Ghietko? So everybody focus and clear your minds. Just focus anything you're thinking right now. Just focus very peacefully. Focus on Ghietko. Very peacefully focus, clear your minds, your emotions. Just focus on positive. Ghietko, can you hear us?
Calling in backup shit for them.
They're doing what now, John?
There's gonna be a frequency, like vibration, kind of like warfare going on tonight.
Oh, vibrational warfare. I got you.
I'm not doing none of that. My hands are right here.
Yeah, no, his hands are right there, man. He's not touching anything.
It's not a matter if they're okay or not. It's not that they can attack them like that. There's a certain part of frequency that they came into this dimension, and they're in 3D form. So he wanted to show himself again to Commander.
Yeah, so they're trying to stop it.
If you read that book that I was telling you about,
yeah,
that's the one. That's where I read most of that this morning. See how it's doing it by itself?
Yeah, it's changing by itself. Hey, just stop. Look. Oh. Yeah, so when he's able to speak, he will speak. He knows we're here. There he is, right there. Ghietko, good evening. Ghietko, I just heard you. Good evening. Hello, brother. How are you tonight, Ghietko? Finally.
I don't know about that.
He was right there, right on this, wherever we are right now, he's there. You know.
See, but this is remember I was telling you like a 540. It was like this
right.
Is like
that's where he is.
Okay.
Ghietko, how close are you to my coordinates? How close are you to my coordinates, brother? Ghietko, would you say from where I am here on the planet, like you're thousands of miles away from my coordinates, or very close?
This is crazy. I never thought of putting these two together.
So I'm gonna, when he's speaking, John, I'll let you know if you can't hear him, so we can just like listen to what he's saying, because you sometimes can't hear him. Ghietko, how many months will it be before we go on your ship? How many months will it be specifically? Do you know? Ghietko, I'm listening quietly for the response. Can you please respond about the ship? When will that happen? How many months? I want to listen to what he says. He's actually speaking right now, so we're going to be quiet. Ghietko?
I heard something. I heard like a German nine.
Yeah, nine. Yes, 9 months. So 9 months from now. So you're saying 9 months from now, we're going to wait 9 months for you to make contact to go on the ship? 9 months? Yeah, he's saying 9. Yeah, 9 months. Why do we have to wait 9 months? I heard him say 9 months. How come we have to wait 9 months?
I heard 9 minutes.
9 minutes? 9 months. It's 9 months. Why 9 months?
Oh man.
He's speaking right now. CmdrAleon here, Ghietko. Why do we have to wait 9 months?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out real quick.
Okay. He'll still be here. So, Ghietko, why are we waiting 9 months for contact? Can you give us a month? What is the date? Ghietko, what is the date of contact between you and me to go on the ship? You're not too far. No, he's not far at all. Ghietko, when I go on your ship, will I be able to breathe on your ship like I do on Earth? How will I be able to breathe on your ship? Will I be able to breathe on your ship like I do right here on Earth? He's here with us. He's listening. Ghietko. So, as a human being in this human form, how will I be able to breathe on your ship? I know I'll be able to breathe. What does the inside of your ship look like, Ghietko? What does the inside of your ship look like? CmdrAleon here, Ghietko. Please respond. Ghietko, that's an interesting question, Deborah. Can you see the people in this room messaging here? Can you see the people in this room messaging? Can you? Can I request that you speak louder? Last night you came in very strong. Can you speak a little bit louder so people can hear you? That was interesting. So Ghietko, I'm actually wordless at the moment. So if you have a message you'd like to present to everybody on this broadcast, please do so. If you have a message, please do so. And I want people to know that Ghietko, when he made contact with me through the app a month ago, that I've been connected with him before I was even on this earth. Everybody has their contacts. Everybody has their star connections. Okay. Just remember, you do have a connection to somebody out there in the galactic universe. So, Ghietko, if you can turn on my app here in the room, please do so. I don't know how you did it the last time you turned it on. Can you turn it on again to speak through it or through the radio?
What we got?
Nothing. He's being quiet right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's like completely silent. And it's perfectly good frequency. He's just being quiet.
Come on in, weary traveler. For that, you need to connect to a Wi-Fi network or install a SIM card first.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, we're on the same frequency?
A little above it.
Okay. Ghietko, we're still here on Earth. I'm still here. Still here. Someone says they heard a female voice speaking.
Me too. I thought it was Alexa, but I don't have an Alexa, so I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah. What's that?
Huh?
That's a radio. That's a sound from the radio?
I can't hear anything.
That's interesting. Okay. Ghietko. What is that? Ghietko, can you communicate with us now? You were there just a moment ago. Ghietko, were you playing music last night on our broadcast? Were you playing music?
Yeah.
There he is. You were playing music. Was that from your? Is that space music you were playing? It was very beautiful.
I do have a piano.
No. He's talking right now, John. Ghietko, was that space music you were playing? Do you create your own music? How do you create music in your world? How do you do that? He's speaking, John. I know you can't hear him. How do you create your own music? Were you playing the music last night for a period of about 10 minutes? He's speaking, John.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. So when I'll let you know when he's speaking. So then you don't speak. I'll let you know when he's speaking.
All right.
Ghietko, thank you for the music. The music was beautiful last night.
I went and got a piece of cheese.
No problem. So Ghietko, do you create music by thought, or how do you create music? Ghietko, how do you create music?
I feel like a humming.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna like some sort of a frequency beam. Ghietko, the music you played, you create the music yourself, correct? You create your own music. And please, as we're broadcasting, please send me some gifts here on TikTok. Please send some gifts here to the show. We appreciate it. It's a lot of work to do this, and this wasn't planned, but I knew we wanted to speak because I'm still feeling the chills around my body. So, Ghietko, what are the things you like to do on your planet? If I were visiting your planet, what do the people on your planet do? What do the people enjoy doing on your planet? Can you spell the name of your planet? What is the name of your planet? Can you spell it out? Can you spell out the name of your planet? Ghietko? CmdrAleon here.
Whoa.
CmdrAleon here, listening.
My phone says it needs to cool off. It's heating up.
Your phone is heating up?
Where's that rod at?
Yeah.
Where's that fucking rod at? Where did it disappear to? Son of a bitch.
What happened?
That magnetic fucking, oh shit, I lost it.
You lost your rod, okay.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh shit, where's that rod at?
Somebody said maybe on the ship. If it disappeared, it's probably on the ship. Ghietko, can you hear me? This is CmdrAleon. In a few minutes, we'll call it a night on the East Coast here. Yeah, he came in really clear for a moment. And he does change frequencies, so I've noticed that to be, John and I have seen it. He'll change a frequency. Ghietko, are you able to stop war on Earth? I've always thought about this question. No. Can you stop? What? Johnny's talking.
Oh,
Ghietko,
sorry.
Can you stop war on Earth? He's talking. He said no. He said no. No war, he says. No war. I agree. No war. He's talking.
Wow, I heard that. I'm hearing a high pitch, like squealing, like it's like, like something like that.
Yeah. So when he talks, John, I'll let you know so that people, then you'll just, that's your cue to stop and let him, because you're not always hearing him. So I know you can't stop war, but we can stop war, correct? We can stop war. We the people of Earth. Humanity stops war. Human beings on Earth stop war, correct? We can stop war. We don't want war. We don't want any war on our planet. We've had too many wars on this planet. We don't want any war. We stop war together, yes. Yes. I came to Earth here on a mission to stop war, to bring peace on the planet. That's why I volunteered to come here and you inform. It's sad to see people hurting each other here. No war.
Hey, whoever doing that shit, keep that shit out of here. motherfucker.
Oh, look. So, Ghietko, we know that you can't stop war, but we have to work together. Have you and your ships and other ships and people on the ships dismantled nuclear silos on Earth in the last 40, 50? Oh, he's talking.
It sounds like a old lady screaming.
No, it's actually Ghietko. So, just sending some peace and love to John. John, understand that our space brothers are very strongly energized right now in your location, and that they want you to know to be at peace. Just go with the flow. Go with the.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about the other beings there.
Oh,
they like to mess.
The other. Oh, the other beings. Oh,
it was stuck to my washer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so definitely, but yeah, we Ghietko's talking. I'll let you know. We're having a discussion with Ghietko here. That's right. I got distracted in my question. Ghietko, can you turn off nuclear missiles? He's talking.
I hear cup.
He's saying cup. He likes the cup. Leave the cup there. He likes the cup.
Maybe he likes copper.
He likes copper. He likes the cup.
Here you go, Ghietko. You can have a big old piece of copper. Here you go.
Ghietko, what do you think about that? That's a bigger piece of copper. That's a bigger piece of copper. He said, wow. He just said, wow. He just said, wow.
It sounds like I'm looking at Chihuahua.
He said, wow. He said, wow.
I'm recording this shit. This is...
Yeah, we have a lot of copper on Earth, Ghietko. What is your... Hey, Ghietko, what is your ship made of? How do you make a ship? How did you build your ship? Ghietko, what's your ship made of? What materials? Are you doing that? Are you doing that?
No.
Something's happening. Ghietko.
I heard.
What materials do you...
Here, hold on. Sometimes they don't believe you. My hands are right here.
Okay. So the question is...
I hear it now.
Okay. What is your ship made of, Ghietko? I don't hear you. You're talking too low. What is your ship made of? I think I'm going to be sleeping out here tonight. What is the... Ghietko, what is that?
What the fuck is going on here?
Wait a minute. What's happening here?
My lights are flickering?
Oh, my God. Yep. Oh, my gosh.
That was fucking intense. I feel like really warm in my chest. I was like... almost I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, we definitely...
That was the first. That's nothing's ever done that. Only my fucking messed up my own power, my power outlet. It did that to me.
They were doing it from the ship. They were able to do that from the spaceship, John.
I hope they didn't go. My dad would be pissed.
No, they're doing it from the spaceship. He's just showing you something there. And now I forgot my question. That threw me off a bit. Is that happening?
Yep.
It's like Morse code. It's what it is. It's Morse code. He's using Morse code on your electricity.
Yeah, he is. Listen to the radio, dude.
Yep. He's doing Morse code. Yep. Gotta go sending Morse code from the spaceship.
I hear EMP out.
EMP out. What does that mean?
Electromagnetic pulse. They're probably trying to. I'm thinking if they're doing that.
They're trying to stop the HARP. Understood. EMP out. You're trying to stop the HARP. EMP out. EMP out.
Oh, my hands are right here.
Yep. You haven't touched a thing, folks. Hear me out. Oh, he's saying hear me out. Okay, let's listen. Ghietko will hear you out. Hear you out. Hear you out. Ghietko, are you telling me to go outside?
That's fucking loud, motherfucker.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. I think Ghietko, you asked. I don't know that that's what he's asking me. Oh my God! Look what's going on here. Let's try to keep the foul language out when he's speaking too. I know it's easy for us to use that myself.
I don't have any lights.
Oh wow! Ghietko just shut his electricity lights off.
What about outside? Oh, my doors! I'm locked in because my doors are. Oh my God!
So Ghietko just turned the lights out.
I have an electric lock. You know those electric locks. I'm locked in my fucking room.
Okay. Are they above Ghietko? Are you above John's house or above my house? Whose house are you above?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't ever fucking do that to me again, asshole.
John, who are you speaking to?
Yeah, I'm leaving you guys in here. Sorry. I ain't going through that shit. I ain't getting locked in my own fucking room, man. Sorry.
Yeah, just because we're live, let's try to keep the language clean, only because Ghietko is here, and we want to give the best that we can without the languaging.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, Ghietko wants you to stop cursing. I'm getting. Ghietko, do you want me to go outside? It's 1:29 in the morning. It's too cold to go outside. I'm not in my proper clothing to do that. I don't think he wants me to go outside. Put a coat on. I could look out the window. It's almost 1:30 in the morning. Why is this happening at 1:30 in the morning? Why can't it be early in the evening? Yes, he wants to help us stop war. We work together.
I'm going to disable these locks. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness gracious, man.
And I grabbed my flashlight, so just in case.
Okay. So just to recap, this is CmdrAleon, host of the show. I don't fear the cold. I live in New England. So I want to ask, I want Ghietko to tell me this. Ghietko, do you want me at 1:30 what the heck? Oh, thank you. Ghietko, wow. Ghietko, 1:30 in the morning, do you want me to... Okay, John's outside.
Oh, right there. There. Hold on. I seen it. I seen it. I just seen it. I just seen it.
I think the ship's over his location.
Where'd it go? Right there. There it is.
Are you looking at the ship? That blinking light?
Yeah, it's moving.
That's their ship, correct?
Yeah.
Ghietko, bring your ship in closer to John's location. Can you bring your ship up close?
There.
Can you go quickly up close to his camera? So we're looking at their ship in Arizona. There's the lights on the ground. That's just to get some perspective. Those are not ships. Those are lights on the ground.
Yeah.
Those are lights, all lights on the ground.
See, that's a plane right there. Not that one. That's a star. That's a plane.
That's a star.
That one right there. See, the one that's beeping right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the whole power's out on the street except for the street lights.
Ah, yeah. All the power's out on the street. They shut all the power down.
Oh no.
The spaceship shut all the power down.
Oh, there goes another one. Wait a minute, hold on.
And this will also be on my YouTube channel tomorrow night. I mean, tomorrow. Because it's so late, I'm not even going to try to go into my bedroom. Yeah, he did say, watch out, watching over us. He said, out, out, emergency signal. I'm in Arizona, so I've seen them a few times. He cut all power. Yeah. Ghietko cut all the power out over there. And you're seeing this right here live on Encounters. You're seeing this right here live. The spaceship shut the power down. There's nothing like this happening on social media, and it's happening here with my contact with Ghietko. Ghietko and I, as I'm learning more and more about him, go back a long way before the planet Earth. And yeah, Alicia says I'm in northern Arizona. He was giving a warning. He was mentioning a warning about something earlier. It's all recorded. Gen X is Phoenix. Nuclear seemed to be something he reacted to. Some nuclear. I'm in Chandler, Arizona. Renee is. I'm in Southeast Chandler. Divine Light Codes. Brad, did you hear him say no war, clear as day? Stay safe, Commander. Why do I have to stay safe? But thank you, Maria. I am perfectly good. Like I said, we have facilitated direct contact, and it's getting stronger now. The contact is getting stronger. That's what happened to John. I was originally going to sign off before, but I knew that I felt this coolness that Ghietko wanted to speak. He will. He will. Ghietko is going to come in stronger. I want people to know that. John, you still there?
You said something about a person in Chandler?
Yeah, there's some people here from Arizona in different parts of the state. Chandler, Arizona, 2 of them. They're in your same state.
Who said that?
Divine Light Codes in Chandler, and I think 1 or 2 other people are.
Oh, Renee is okay. Renee, so I'm in Mesa. I just got this alert on my TV. It's MILSTD 461RS105.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I never seen it. My dad said it was being broadcast over the internet or the TV.
So, and then Ghietko was saying something like an alert or something. Ghietko was saying some sort of alert.
I would look it up on the internet. Sort of jokes a lot if I could get off the internet, but it would kick me out of here.
Yeah, don't do that. Ghietko, are you still there?
Good job, buddy.
yeah, Ghietko, are you still there? Anyone over there, look it up on the internet. He's on live. So look it up on the internet. Ghietko, what's going on? The power went out over where John is. Why did the power go out? Why did the power go out? Power's out. Power's out. Ghietko, do you have a military base near you, John?
Yes.
Ghietko, did you shut down the military base? Ghietko, did you shut down the military base? Ghietko, CmdrAleon. Ghietko, did you shut down the military base? I'm going to listen. He's speaking. Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
He's speaking. Ghietko, did you shut down their weapons just now? Oh, no. He didn't do anything. I think you said no. You said no. Okay. You said no. Ghietko, why is the electricity out? Why did the power go out? Do you know? Why did the power go out? Oh, wait a minute. Time's up.
Huh? Time's up?
The whole your computer thing, your clock went out. All the power went out on them. Both of them went off.
For real?
They just went off. Yes, they're not working. They just went off. Now he can. This is going to be interesting. Ghietko, can you still speak with the power off on those radios? Can you still speak? Can you hear me, Ghietko? Ghietko? Wait a minute. Your power's off, right?
My power's off.
All your power's off, including the radios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fucking irritating right now because I had something downloading.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not. It's all good.
So we're gonna have to continue this with him. Like I said, folks, something. Wait a minute. Look at that. That's going back on. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko, can you hear me? Yeah, the space people tell me to tell you, John, try not to use the languaging on here. It might cause us not to have a TikTok. So, yeah. Ghietko, can you hear me? Ghietko. Yeah, his power is totally shut down. Almost. A little bit of power. His lights are all that whole neighborhood shut down. This is crazy. Very crazy. Yeah. Ghietko's people are saying the cursing lowers the frequency of energy. They say don't do the cursing. Keep the cursing out. The frequency will be lifted. Ghietko, can you hear me? It's really strange. Well, you know what? It's an interesting experience between last night and tonight. It's pretty crazy experience, you know? Only good vibes. That's right. Only good vibes. There we go. Positive love and good vibes. Ghietko, do you have any? Do you have a woman on your craft that can speak as well? Do you have any women on there that can speak that you can introduce us to speak? He can't hear us. He probably could hear us, but he can't communicate now. And remember, take care.
What the hell's going on here? Oh, no more power again? Okay, wonderful.
Just go with the flow, John. If you can hear me, just go with the flow, man. It'll be okay. Just got to go with the flow. Don't let anything like that. It's just go with the energy flow, and everything will be clear. Everything will be clear. I send cosmic energy over, Christ energy over to John's location. Clear any energy to interfere. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Light.
It feels like I'm going to pass out.
I hope not. But before you pass out, maybe I should end this live so you can, if you're going to pass out, you won't be on your computer.
I smell carbon.
Carbon? That's weird. So anyone's just tuning in here, last night, Friday night was our contact night, but for some reason, tonight I felt like Ghietko wanted to speak.
I've dealt with much worse than that.
What, John? You know, I'm going to let you get some rest and try to get some fresh air. That doesn't sound right.
No.
We'll be on Sunday night. I'm going to let you get some rest, brother. You need to just, I'm going to send some clear energy, a Christ level of energy to you. I got the palm of my hand out here in front of your house. In front of your house. In front of your house. Okay. We've just had a very crazy night here. This was not planned. You heard the space being. I'm going to edit some of this and put it on my TikTok, on my main page. And we send light and love to John. I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Okay, we're still here. All right, folks, it's 1:45 in the morning. This has been Encounters. I would like to, again, ask people to go to my Cash App on Venmo tonight. Before we go off, please go to my Cash App. Any $5 or $10 or $15 donations would be good. If you wish to subscribe, become a subscriber. We have 40 of 100. Subscribe to my TikTok, and also gift me. I'm going to do last minute gifts. We have 270 people in here, and if you can gift me, please do. If you can't, that's fine. Not everybody can. I do have his number, unless his phone's knocked out. I will try to briefly, quietly give him a call. So hey, thank you, Just Jane Doe, and everybody. Please do some gifting here. It takes a lot of work to do what we're doing here. Understand what we're doing. Nobody's doing on social media. We are in contact with Ghietko from the Sirius star system. For anyone who doesn't believe this, we didn't channel anything. We didn't fake an audio response. We didn't create his power to go out. We didn't do any of that stuff. Everything you're seeing here is in real time. Everything that happened here tonight happened. We'll give him a call. John has been taken. Well, we're not sure that has happened, but we will give him a call. Again, one of the things I will help John in terms of the languaging. I will help him understand about the languaging part on here. So I will help. I cannot not help. I have to. Hey, Joe, with this program is being recorded. You will be able to see the full broadcast on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. If you missed any parts of it, I will actually be editing this program on my TikTok thing. I'm editing it. I'm going to edit where Ghietko speaks. I'm going to put it onto my main page. I'm going to FYP it on TikTok, and hopefully people will be understanding that what we've done here, that Ghietko is connected with me. Just want to be very clear. He has been, John is the transmitter, I'm the receiver, and Ghietko and his people on their ship are also transmitters from space. They transmit to John, to his receivers, his radios, and then I get the transmissions here. So do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's fine. Whenever people get paid and you want to do my Cash App, that is really the main thing. The Cash App would be perfectly fine. I don't mention enough. My Venmo, if you have Venmo, when you get paid, just use the Cash App. You can send whatever you want. That's up to you unconditionally. Become a subscriber for a month, 5 months, or whatever on my TikTok. And also any gifts. If you have any TikTok coins and you wish to send us some gifts now, we would certainly appreciate it. We have we have very disciplined goals here that I have. Have you made contact? We did. Chris, we just made it tonight. We've made it since last month when it started. So for new people here, nobody on YouTube, I don't care what UFO TV shows are on YouTube with the best microphones and the best background scenery. It's not about the best scenery or the biggest microphone. We have established contact here through this medium. And what you heard tonight was amazing. Chris says, I've made contact also. Chris, we'll have to have you on our show. We do interviews. We did a few tonight. So we'll be on tomorrow night, Sunday night. Usually anywhere from 10 to 11 p.m. is when we start our show. So we'd love to hear your story. This is a night I am so excited that Ghietko is able to speak English. He's actually learned to speak our language. And they're from the star system Sirius, the constellation Sirius, just so people know. Rob, it's recorded. Interesting, Chris. We'll have to interview. I'm gonna follow you, Chris, just so you know what's happening. You have 388 followers, so I'll follow you there. And so everybody, I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm going to turn my Christmas lights off outside that are blue and going to sleep out here because I don't want to wake up anybody. We'll be on tomorrow night. I'll be live on WESU Radio. Everybody, 259 of you, if you have internet radio, go to WESUFM.org. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can watch my show on TikTok on my radio station, WESU Pacifica Radio. All right, everybody, I will say good night. It's been an interesting night, and we will catch you tomorrow morning on the radio station through TikTok. Take care, everybody. Much peace. We'll check on John to see if he's okay.